healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medishare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Good morning to you. We're about to have our poll question up in just a moment.
Christopher Nolan's movie about the atomic bomb took home 7
I get that.
awards on ABC last night, including Best Director.
Starting with the release of the film in July, the response from people around the world far exceeded anything that I imagined possible.
The upset, Poor Things Emma Stone took Best Actress over Killers of the Flower Moon's Lily Gladstone.
What is it? What is it? Good morning.
It's about a team that came together to make something greater than the sum of its parts. And that is the best part about making movies.
Killers got no Oscars. Barbie got just 1. Best song for Billie Eilish. It makes her the youngest to win a second Oscar. KNX's Margaret Carrera.
Following the historic win, the 22-year-old was asked what she would say to a young person dreaming of a life in music.
Don't do it for other people. I want everyone to be doing something that they feel passionate about and that they feel proud of.
Eilish and her brother won their first Oscar in 2022 for the James Bond song No Time to Die.
Outside the Dolby Theater in LA. Reminders of the war in Gaza. Protesters snarled traffic as stars arrived at the red carpet.
There's no business as usual, including Oscars, when a genocide is going on, and we wanted to denounce the Academy for their silence.
The Ukrainian director who won for his documentary 20 Days in Mariupol said he'd rather have no Oscar and no war. Violence.
Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great morning.
The U.S. military says it's airlifted non-essential embassy staff out of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Miami Herald's Jacqueline Charles.
The U.S. embassy is actually
Maybe.
located at a crossroads of about 3 powerful gangs. I mean, the country is at near collapse.
Breaking news overnight in the Middle East. The Yemeni branch of Al-Qaeda has announced the death of its leader.
Start my poll. All right, there we go. Make sure everything is going well here first before we go on the air.
No sooner had Kensington Palace released a photo of Kate Middleton for Mother's Day in the UK
In a way that did not meet AP's photo standards.
part of Princess Charlotte's arm appeared.
Do you guys think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment last night? Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate because families were watching, or maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment last night at the Oscars?
Told a total fairy tale about the economy. But the fact
all these old men running.
Under me, you had no inflation. You had no inflation.
Oxycontin people are like, I'm all vote for him. The other people are like, I'm voting for Biden. You're making fun of both of them. Yes, I am. I'm tired of old people. All right. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment last night at the Oscars? Yes, it was a comedy. No, it was inappropriate because families were watching. Or maybe. Just maybe.
Near Jonesboro's downtown area. Jonesboro police say both a male and female acquaintance of the shooter died. The shooter also died. Meanwhile, gunfire injured another woman, also an acquaintance of the shooter.
I'm tired of these people dying.
Reporting voters in Ireland defeat a progressive attempt to.
Good morning. We're getting ready to get it kicked off here at 99.1 FM WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and headline news.
sentence in question would have broadened the definition of family in the home to not be based solely on marriage. The other would have removed a reference that a woman's place in the home offered a common good that could not be provided by
Thank you for showing up.
Irish Prime Minister.
Like, share, subscribe. Get ready to get with us. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes to the changes. The election was viewed as part of Ireland's evolution from a conservative Catholic country to a more socially liberal society. RyanShelander, London.
This, also at SRNews.com.
Hi, Lisa Wolf to tell you that the 5-hour Hollywood 360 show and the 30-minute Radio Rarities
We're getting ready to go on.
to you every Monday via digital download link that never expires. That's 24 classic radio shows per month, plus the games, select interviews, music trivia, and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and Radio
Listen to Hollywood 360 every Saturday night on the network. Uh-oh. You're dropping. Come back on. Come back on. I got Prime. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment last night at the Oscars? Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate because families were watching. Or maybe, like, maybe. I'd give somebody a third choice. They're like, I don't even know. I didn't even watch it. Well, you might have not watched it, but you can have an opinion on it. I didn't watch it. I saw the segment on the YouTube, and I was like, ugh. It was last night. Yeah, it was. Okay. We'll talk more about this tomorrow with our movie reviewer, Shane B. What's hot and what's not at the Oscars this past Sunday. Movie he really liked, took a lot of awards, so we'll get into that tomorrow morning.
Tune in to Let Go and Let God every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. We help those who are struggling with their faith or have doubts with discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So
Let go and let God.
Sunday mornings at 9:30
Good show.
right here on WQEE.
All right.
You hear music to the lyrics speak to you on a deeper level. I'm Bruce Thornton. Join me and Donna Wood every Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM, the Key Hour Show, Lyrical Wisdom, every week.
About ready to kick it. About ready to kick it. Got two more promos and we're getting ready. Thank you guys for answering. Like, subscribe, and share to the page. Let everybody know to listen to Real Radio.
Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show with Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours on Atlanta's finest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Time to get up. Hey, like, subscribe, and share. Share. Like, subscribe, and share. We're getting ready to go live. Here we go.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
You know what, fellas? You know what? Something's going on this morning. I don't know what it is. It's time to kick it off on the early morning hours here in the Metro Atlanta area. You're in lockdown. Yeah. It's RyanORadio. Penitentiary is who I am, and you're listening to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. That's right, Ryan O'Neal here with you with 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout Out Loud across the RyanORadio Penitentiary page on iHeartRadio as well as Spreaker and around Amazon Prime. We're across Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, the Navajo Nation, real radio and internet radio out there across the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Station. We'll get there in a moment. But the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and the Jordan Communication and Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here in 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of news, inspirational talk, and Southern sports. Good morning to you. It's time to kick it all off. We welcome you in. And to my haters, I got one thing to say to you. Tell them Triple H. Whether anybody likes it or not, I am the man around here at 39 degrees out there. 7:07 Eastern Standard Time in the Atlanta area. The time and temperature brought to you by those fantastic folks at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in the metro Atlanta area, Newton. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those sweaters, critters, or gooey things at all. A week ahead, we go all the way through the 17th in LaGrange, Georgia, as LaGrange College partners up with Let's Go Family Entertainment and us here at 99.1 FM WQEE to bring you the LaGrange Carnival all week long. Come on out to it. A great weekend, starting off to a great weekend on Saturday when we kicked everything off. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Oh, yes, I'm getting tired of all this feedback and stuff. It's almost like, let's mess with Ryan, the feedback. Let's mess with Ryan this morning, first thing, even if everybody wants to hear what he's got to say because he's telling it like it is. Anyway, let's jump right back into it. This all week going on. Tickets are available at letsgofamilyamusement.com. Get in there, get your tickets available. We've got tickets to give away as well pretty soon. It's going to begin every day around 5 o'clock, about 4 or 5 o'clock. Come on out today. It's going to be a cool one tonight, but still, you can bundle up and have fun at the carnival. All right, coming up in the next couple hours, we're going to go inside the coach's corner in the final period. Tommy Lewis and I from Landmark Christian are going to talk a little football action. Also, we'll get some stuff that's going over at the school as well. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a few headline news stories that you definitely need to know about. That's right. If you don't know about it, it's because the mainstream media on the left and the right are not telling you like it is. Because you know why? They want you to be divided and hate one another instead of hearing the truth. And people that want to hear the truth, tune into this show. People that want to hear imaginary conspiracy theories, listen to other shows. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, Shout It Out Loud, all over iHeartRadio as well as Amazon Prime and Spreaker. That's where we're at. We're on our Facebook page, and now YouTube is got us and invited us to be on there as well. So like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube page. We'll tell you some of the headlines coming up in just a few moments. But first, last night was the Oscars, and we'll talk about the Academy Awards in more detail tomorrow morning with Shane B in the final period of play. But I do got a question this morning. You can't see me, John Cena? Everybody could see you last night. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment at the Oscars last night? Yes, it was comedy, people said. No, it was inappropriate because families were watching. Or some people saying, maybe. Yeah. Kind of like me, maybe. You've got 100% so far on the voting that's saying they think it was just comedy. It was all right for Cena to do that. Well, Cena, you can't see Cena. You can't see Cena. You can't see Cena. You can't see Cena. Actually, a lot of people, they didn't really see anything. It was big enough to cover him up. Or was that a small envelope? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. We'll dive deeper into tomorrow morning. Let's jump into what's coming up in our headline news this morning. It is Monday, so we got a little union news, but not much. Ohio man arrested after he allegedly went to the Capitol, threatened some people at the U.S. Capitol with a hammer. What a moron that is. I'm going to hit somebody. God damn, I don't like what's going on in society. Yeah, buddy. Inbreeding is not in the South. I'm just going to tell you that right now. We're going to make fun of all the Southern people because of the way you guys talk. Yeah. We're not the home of inbreeding. We can sit around disagreeing in Georgia all day long without violently attacking people. Now, the only time we have violence is when people come out of into our state. It's been a proven fact. I mean, I'm not saying we don't have idiots that don't do things like the McMichael crew who they were inbreded, but of course they were long inbreded people over in Brunswick. But other than that, we'll talk about this Ohio man. All Smokey circling this is an Oklahoma guy. Better not be freezing up. Better not be freezing up on my computer. What the heck's going on? What the heck's going on? I'm sounding like Mo and Curly and Larry. What the heck's going on? What the heck's going on? All right, let's get back to it. We'll talk about this smoky circle in the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, Oklahoma man said he thinks it's something else. SpaceX got their third Starship up. FDA warning on some things with ground cinnamon. We'll tell you what's going on with this cinnamon you can't use. Also, ladies and gentlemen, John Cena, we told you, we'll talk a little bit about his nude scene. And it wasn't even in the movie. Israel at war, we'll get that for you. Kevin Kelly's been released from AEW. And the US Express, better known as Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda, and back in the 80s with WWE tag team. Barry Windham went in with the Four Horsemen. Mike Rotunda, I think, went in as IRS, but now they're going in as a tag team. The father, Mike Rotunda, and the uncle, Barry Windham, of Windham Rotunda, best mass, Bray Wyatt, are going into this year's WWE Hall of Fame along with Paul Heyman. Also, Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers said, 4 more years for me. Well, if he doesn't, he hits it 4 more years, but if he doesn't do 4 more years, is he going to blame somebody else for it? And WWE SmackDown on Saturday night, The Rock got smacked down by Cody Rhodes. We'll give you these details and more coming up this morning on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. When you hurt my feelings. All right, let's take a look at that. So the Cody Crybabies come back and lay the smackdown on you, Rock. Don't call me Cody. Don't. You let me smell what the Rock is cooking. I smell what you're cooking, Rock. You're going to get your butt whooped at night 1. All right. We'll tell you what's going on between the 4 there. You know, Sugar Daddy, what's up? What's up? What's up, Sugar Daddy? What's up? What's up? What's up, Sugar Daddy? Thank you for supporting the United States there. Even though they say we're really split, we're really not. It's just we got a small portion of people that believe in imaginary conspiracy theories. But we'll put them away. They've been popping too many Oxycontins. All right, let's take a look at traffic this morning, brought to you by Killingworth Realty. Killingworth Realty Road Report. I appreciate the pro questions, answering pro questions, guys. I really do. I don't care one way or the other. I just thought it'd be a good poll question. Stay on. All right, let's take a look at the road report for Atlanta and Metro Atlanta right quick before we head into some of the headline news at about 15 minutes past the hour. We're holding at 39 degrees. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. You're from where? Are you from? Is that Iran? I don't know. Well, we appreciate Israel. Wherever you're from, we appreciate you being with us, Sugar Daddy. I do. All right, taking a look at what's going on. Cobb County stall right outside I-75 near the outer loop. Use caution up to 7:40 Eastern Standard Time. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Powder Springs crash at C.H. James Parkway, Florence Road. Blocked there about till another 10 minutes there. Douglas County debris on the right lane of the I-20 right near India. All right, we appreciate you being from India with us this morning, Sugar Daddy. Doug, right there, exit 26 delays up to about another 5 or 10 minutes. The Cobb County, there's a rollover crash. It's cleaned up right now near exit 67. That's right off of I-285. Nothing in Noonan. It looks like we're looking great. Hey, continue to go up on the YouTube page and stay with us, guys. We got a lot of stuff for you. We'd like to drop in our local traffic stuff for our traffic listeners here. Also, let's jump into it. Nothing on Lower Fayetteville Road. Popular Road looking good. Bullsboro picking up just a tad bit, heading down in front of the radio station right now in Noonan. It looks Jackson Street's picking up. We're heading down to LaGrange Street where the high school kids are getting ready to head back to school today. There you go, at Noonan High School on this Monday. Be careful, you see the buses out for all the kids around the area. Head down Interstate 85 southbound and down, heading towards Hogansville and Granville, both looking good. Lutherville fine. Heading down to LaGrange. In LaGrange, it looks like this. Commerce Avenue is picking up a tad bit. No traffic issues there on New Franklin Road as well. In downtown LaGrange, all picking up, taking the old West Point route. Old West Point Road route is the best route from LaGrange into West Point because you continue on Interstate 85 southbound. If you get off at the West Point exit, take a right. Construction going on there. Take a left. The Love's gas station's there. Get gassed up and get yourself gassed up with some Hardee's breakfast. Yum, yum, yum. Hardee's breakfast biscuits around. Head on down to Interstate, continuing your traffic as you're no longer hungry. Into exit 79 is shut down in Valley, Lynette, Alabama. Head on down to exit 77 where you get off in Valley, and that'll take you left. I'll go to Valley, right. I'll go to Lynette. Head on down to Casita, nothing in Casita, Alabama. Headed into Auburn, all looking good. No traffic issues this morning. If you see anything I don't see, shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. With nearly 30 newcomers, spring practice will be vital for the Georgia Bulldogs as the Georgia Bulldogs getting ready for some spring football action. We'll give you abreast of what's going on with that, ladies and germs, and we'll talk Coach Tommy Lewis more about it later on. Georgia baseball is the best start in modern history. Sweeps the non-conference weekend series. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia Bulldogs in baseball. More Georgia sports and more baseball sports, college sports, brought to you by our friends at the Sports Beat. Richard Holdridge is going to be all over it for you. Good day, mate. How you doing? Good morning to you from down under again, the boxing kangaroo. You missed it. You missed the one I had on Friday about Jake Paul and his brother Logan Paul. Which one I'd say would be the most famous one of all, ladies and gentlemen? Well, that was our Friday one. We'll jump into the news here shortly. But our Friday poll question was, which was the more famous Paul brother? Logan Paul, which I think got most of the votes, Jake Paul, or neither. Neither got 63% of the votes on Friday. Guys, continue to go up on our YouTube page. I'll tell you our poll question momentarily because of that one. But the reason we brought it up was Jake Paul will be taking on Mike Tyson July 20th at the AT&T Stadiums in AT&T Stadium, I should say that right, in Arlington, Texas, where they're going to be the sign of the first UFL game from Arlington, playing host the XFL champions to the USFL champions at the end of this month, the Birmingham Stallions. Well, there you go. So there you go. Our poll question this morning, we're going to dive deeper into the Oscars tomorrow morning in the third period of play with Shane B., our movie reviewer. He'll get that for us as well. First, what's good morning? Good morning to you. We're going to do, I've got something special for you if you stay with us. It's going to be our daily devotion, my friend. Since you are throwing prayer hands up, I got that for you. Mike Tyson, 57. Jake Paul, 27. Yep, it's going to be one heck of a thing. I don't know if it's just an exhibition or how it's going to be set up, but that's what's happening. I'm definitely going to be watching that. Mike might bite his ear off. Come on, babe. bite your ear off. Yum, yum, yum. Tasty, Jake Paul. Anyway, our poll question this morning, we'll get deeper into Oscars tomorrow, but has to do with John Cena, the former WWE 16-time WWE World Champion and movie star now. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment at the Oscars last night? Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate. Maybe. Yes, it was comedy. He's getting 60% of the votes. No, it was inappropriate, has 40% of the votes, and maybe is not even on the list. So there you go. They know it was inappropriate because of families washing and everything is the biggest thing. And I appreciate you guys voting. I want to hear from you. That's what the poll is up for. It makes my feed go even further than even with adding more and more people every day on the feed. We're just starting this feed, so guys, good. Some of you coming on new. Okay, yeah. We got 50,000 plus listeners on our YouTube shoutcast. I mean, we've got listeners all over Facebook, all over the RyanORadio media page, on Spreaker, iHeart, and Amazon Prime. We got it everywhere. And you guys are making it, by coming on to YouTube, you guys are making me have more viewers and listeners together than Newsmax and OAN. So that's pretty cool. 22 minutes past the hour, time for some of your headline news this morning. All right, headline news, right quick stuff you can read for yourself on the page as well. We'll get into that. But first, an Ohio man arrested after trying to get into the U.S. Capitol with a hammer, ladies and gentlemen. And they try to say us in the South are the ones that are kind of like that inbred. And no, we're not. We don't do things like this. An Ohio man was taken into custody after he allegedly brought, well, except for in Brunswick, a hammer to the U.S. Capitol on Friday. U.S. Capitol Police say that the officers at the Capitol Visitor Center were screening a man around 3:40 p.m. when the officers noticed a hammer in the man's backpack. When the officers tried to do a second screening, they looked in the bag. The man became very combative. No, you can't do me like that. No, stop, don't mess with my hammer. I love my hammer. I'm from Ohio. I love my hammer. We're fighting for the rights of our peeps. Oxycontin is what messes a man and a woman up. And we'll talk more about that. And try to grab the bag. Well, he tried to grab the bag and run. Several officers stepped in and stopped him. Officers used a stun gun on the man. I bet you Cinnamon Toast Kid and then would love to see this stun gun. Oh, that's one I watch on here. The hammer was found in the man's bag, and looking at it, it's not a real man's hammer. I'm just going to tell all of my Southern men out there, you see a picture of it, you're going to be like, that's not a hammer. That's not a hammer. All my construction workers, everything, listen, back up, guys. When you see the picture on the YouTube page and the Facebook page, I mean, don't have a heart attack because you're going to go, that's not a hammer. I know, it looks like a wussy little thing. It does. It's a little yellow hammer, small. I mean, it could do some damage, but you couldn't do anything with it. Police identified the man as a 33-year-old man by the name of Christopher Snow of Canton, Ohio. The U.S. Capitol Police said Snow was being charged with assault on police officers, but court records show the misdemeanor charges will be entered as for entering public property against him as well. Investigation is still working on why he came to the Capitol with a hammer. So listen to that old song, If You Got a Hammer. I'm just kidding. This is a Peter, Paul, and Mary. I don't know. I have no earthly idea what this guy was doing, what he was thinking. The Lincoln Riley Act has nothing to do with immigrants, according to Georgia lawmakers. Check that out on our page too. Also, you can hear more about this Jonesboro shooting, leaving 3 dead yesterday morning. Good Lord, man. This is definitely out there. All right. First photo of the Princess of Wales since she has been out of the hospital. First photo of Kate, the Princess of Wales, since she's been out of surgery since 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, ago, was issued Sunday after weekends of speculations about where's her whereabouts. I guess Prince William's like, whoa. I don't want to be accused of where my wife is at. Yeah, I'm not a very good husband at times, but you know what? I wouldn't murder her like they do over in America. Like those politicians over in America do on the right and the left side. It's like, oh, you got to get out there in public, honey. I know it's hurting, but you got to get out in public. I know how the other countries are. They're like, whoa, we don't want to be like, we want freedoms like America, but we don't want our leaders don't want to be accused of things. Especially when you already got family members accused of being on the island. A lot of the politicians we have here running for president on that island. Don't say that, it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't care. I hurt everybody's feelings on all sides. That's what I do. All right. Anyway, according to the Associated Press and other news agencies, the photo of Kate in a chair surrounded by her three children was credited to her husband, William. I told you. Did I not tell you? He doesn't want to look like he did anything. I've already seen the William and Kate movie. It's probably a little bit more drama than what really happened, but I already seen it. Yeah, yeah. We already know what he likes. He's a playboy. He's like, oh, I can be accused of being a playboy, but I'm not going. You're not going to say where my wife is. She's disappeared, especially since my dad. I took over my dad's role right now while he's at operation. We was all right. My brother and his wife done left the country. Look, that's what he's doing, guys. He's like, look, I got all this stuff going on, and I may be a playboy, but I'm not like my uncle who's on the Epstein's list. I'm not gonna murder somebody like those politicians over there in America. Anyway, it was credited to him, of course, her sitting on her throne, and was sent out earlier this week. So looks like they wanted to get that out there and make sure every one of us knew she's still alive. She's still with us. Don't think she's not. A missing Florida woman found trapped in a shipping container. We'll talk about that in just a few. Also, the Smokey Type of cloud in the sky over Oklahoma we're going to dive deeper into. Let's jump into it. SpaceX is set for its third straight Starship test flight for March 14th. If everything goes well, SpaceX says it will also, ladies and gentlemen, pull off a controlled re-entrance of the Starship that can splash it back into the Indian Ocean. We'll see if that happens. Also, the FDA issues a warning on lead-contained ground cinnamon products. That's cinnamon that you can put cinnamon toast and stuff like that. All these products are going to be forced to come back in. There's a level ranging of 2.3 to 3.4 particles in each and one of these. So, throw away your cinnamon. Waste your money. There you go. Gotta get something else. Americans will not be able to order free at-home COVID tests anymore after this past Friday. You have to pay for them according to the U.S. health officials. So, there you go. I guess it's kind of slowed up a tad bit, ladies and gentlemen. And that is some of your headline news. Guys, our poll question this morning. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment at last night's Oscars? Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate. And I couldn't fill out because families were watching and everything. Or maybe, just maybe. All right, according to our poll, 43% of you said it was comedy. 43% of you said no, it was inappropriate, and 14% of you said maybe it wasn't, maybe it was. So let us know in the feed right there. That is our poll question this morning. John Cena going nude, supposedly. Now, I don't think he was 100% nude. He was probably wearing shorts behind that. He was probably wearing shorts behind a big old card. It was just he was, they made it look like he was probably nude. He really wasn't nude. He was probably wearing some shorts because it was big enough for him to wear shorts, and he had sandals on. They just want to make him look like he was nude, and people would laugh. He was really probably wearing shorts. But that's a burning question this morning. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull this nude segment off at the Oscars? Yes, it was comedy. 43% agree. No, it was inappropriate. 43% agree there. And maybe 14%. Back in a moment. Like, subscribe, and share. More on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. You're in lockdown with us. We're going to talk about a missing Florida woman in just a few moments, found trapped in a shipping container. More health news. Smokey Type circle. Man describes a UAP over Oklahoma City. We'll get into these news stories and more this morning on this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Coming after the break, we've got more Israel news war stories for you. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on there. Ceasefire and hope and other things going on. Back in a moment.
Exterminated laid the smackdown for you. Amidst sun and clouds today with a high near 65, light and variable wind. Sun passing clouds tonight with a low near 35. Low near 35. Winds light and variable. Sunshine tomorrow with a high near 70. Light and variable winds. A low near 41 tomorrow night with partly cloudy skies. Heading into your Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixture. High near 75. Partly cloudy skies for you Wednesday night. Low near 48. That's your active weather forecast, sponsored by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street here in Newnan. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael McGrew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Active Pest Control offers the...
All right, guys, we're getting ready to head into the next segment.
Monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bedbug, German roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7.
It's Women History Month.
Active Pest Control. Repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street, Newnan. 770-954-9941.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively. With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. WarriorDefenders.com.
Carnival time is finally here.
Guys, don't come off. Stay with us.
Family Amusements, March 7th through the 17th. 2 weeks of family fun with over 30 exhibits, rides, and more. Plus, the Cowboy football stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. Presented by LaGrange College for communications and Disco Family Amusement. March 7th through the 17th. LaGrange Spring Fest. Carnival season is finally here. This is Mario Studio. As you can tune to RyanORadio every Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on WQEE. We help those who are struggling with their faith or left out. Discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Go Let God Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
Whoa, there you go. I love it. You won't make it on time because you're here with me. Oh, come on, come on. You are saved by the bell. Welcome back into this edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary. We'll appreciate everybody being a part of our poll question on the YouTube page. We'll ask that in just a few moments. But first, we're walking back into period number 1. 3 periods of nonstop play on this major news Monday. On this major news Monday. All right, stop it, microphone. Stop it, microphone. My microphone wants to act up this morning, wants to start feeding back on me. The aliens want to keep me from speaking. Because we're going to talk about that in just a few moments. A Smokey Type circle. Also, a Florida woman's body was found. We'll talk about these stories coming up in the next period or so. Also, we got our daily devotion for you. And we are prepared with Jesus, but not with imaginary conspiracy theories. I want to talk about Oxycontin too, man. I got to get into some health news this morning because people are just seeing things they shouldn't be seeing, and they're willing to fight and forget about lies, just like the Ohio man. There's something wrong with him taking a hammer at 33 years old, taking a hammer into the Capitol. Don't know what he was going to do. It's a wussy looking hammer, by the way, for, those out there, but still, what was he going to do? Who was he going after? Which side was he on? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if he's leaning lunatic left or far right. It doesn't matter which side he was leaning on. And yes, there's on each side wrong. I'm tired of people going, no, don't say that because yes, do say that. Yes, tell the truth. Sorry, I can't sit here and lie like Joe Rogan and make things up. And then when somebody like Cat Williams goes, what? I'm sitting over here high and you sound crazy. Oh, anyway. Ryan, don't make fun of somebody to fear people like because he lies to them. People love liars. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not kill, steal, covet, commit adultery. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt not have any graven images. Now, this is for all my Christian folks out there, all my so-called followers of Christ and everything, some people to go to church and everything. I'm not talking to all you non-believers, so don't get all offended. I'm calling my brothers and sisters out first because they're the ones that are doing most of this judgmental stuff. Honor thy mother, thy father, if they're not on Oxycontin. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, and thou shalt not have any other gods before me. Oh, man, I can worship that politician if I want to. Give me some cheaper gas inflation down. Man, you're making somebody mad. I don't care. Make everybody mad. They don't care if they make me mad or you mad. And I'm talking about my listeners. They don't care if they make you mad. People don't care if they make you mad, but if you make them mad, they start crying. And one guy cried, get mad when I called him out. I'm like, wuss. Thought you were from Alabama. What's wrong with you? Must be originally from Ohio. I'm just kidding. All right, let's take a look at some stuff going on. 39 minutes past the hour. We're currently holding at about, 39 degrees. Time and temperature brought to you by 34 Jefferson Street's very own Active Pest Control. All right, Israel at war. Here's some stuff going on. Israel strikes and strikes its residents in an area of Gaza. There strikes their aid to keep them from coming in. The United Nations rights chief, Volker Turk, say that 5 times fast, right? Criticized Israel on Friday for announcing this week that they will build 3,426 new settlement homes near the West Bank, saying that this will increase homes for residents and Palestinians in that area, Palestinian people in the area. Talks say that it is going to kind of clean up everything, but and pushing a brand new Israel homes in the Palestinian land is against the international law and is increasingly patterns of oppression and of course discrimination against those. See, it's I don't know what's really going on, whether this is really what it is. We are for Israel, but we're not. I'm not for anybody pushing people around, except for me pushing the bullies around like I did in high school. And I'm pushing the bullies around on the internet and pushing the bullies around in my so-called business, because this is real radio people. This is what a real radio person sounds like. Not, hey, boy, I'll tell you what, that ain't what a real radio person sounds like. I don't care if Cousin Leroy is on the radio calling something. That don't mean he belongs in the business. Okay? But and conspiracy nuts out there coming up with conspiracy theories. Standing up to those kind of people. But when it comes to I don't know what's going on in Israel. I know Israel wants to keep the land that was theirs. I know Palestinian people are saying it's theirs. It's been an argument over 100 years, wars off and on throughout my lifetime and everything. So, I mean, I don't know if there's ever going to be any kind of settlement between the two sides or not. Guys, like, subscribe, and share, and continue to follow the page on the YouTube page. But I don't know if there's going to be anything like that or not. I honestly don't, ladies and gentlemen. I can't really say because I don't live there. I can't really say, even though I support Israel, I can't really say who's right. There's people that believe in Christ, Israelites that believe in Christ. There's people that are Palestinians that believe in Christ that transfer over from what they have. I know the Israel Prime Minister said upcoming there's a Muslim holiday that they're going to allow people to be able to, go out and freedom of religion, biggest freedom of religion ever. And supposedly, and we get these real news stories that I get from over there. And then the news in America wants to make it like it's this, that, and the other. And really, I don't know what is going on. I understand that they're probably going to put new homes in. That don't mean that they're wanting to take over. They may want to put new homes in there for the people that were there. You don't know. We don't know what's going on. We don't live there. We don't know what's on people's minds. We just know we hear this and go, I'm right and they're wrong and you're wrong and you're right. I mean, it's kind of like with this politicians that we have over here. I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right. My side's right. I mean, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. You got people that constantly wake up every morning in hate-filled minds against their neighbor because they don't vote the way they vote. I don't think God's for that. I don't think I ever read in the Bible where Jesus says, I tell you what, Caesar and Pontius Pilate, okay. You need to vote for one. You need to give Caesar what is his, but Caesar is taking too much money from me, so you need to vote for Pontius Pilate. No, Jesus, there was nothing in the Bible that ever said that. Okay? So, when we start trying to put our religion into politics, that is not like putting peanut butter into chocolate. Okay? That's more like putting peanut butter into chili. It just don't work. Now, it might work for somebody out there, but it don't work for most of us. So, about 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. Current conditions, we are holding at 39 degrees in the Atlanta metro Atlanta area. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube page if you're on. But, so we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with Israel and Israel war. U.S. Embassy and Moscow is issuing a terror issue that there was a terrorist threat alert warning to Americans to avoid crowds there. Ladies and gentlemen, the security post on their website said that extremists have planned to target large gatherings in Moscow of Americans. So heed the warning. And the emergency number is 7-495-728-5000. 7-495-728-5000. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on there as well. World news. Coming after the break, we're going to Oklahoma City for a Smokey Type circle. We'll tell you what's going on. Beliefs beyond beliefs. We'll talk more about this coming up in just a few moments. Like, subscribe, and share. Plus, we'll do our daily devotion still to come this morning. Get ready for that. Like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube page. Of course, let's get back to our poll question this morning. Congratulations to Oppenheimer, winning most of the awards last night. We'll talk deeper into the Oscars tomorrow with Shane B in the final period of play. But first, we want to jump into this. John Cena Guys, continue to stay on. Don't come off, please. We'll have to send the old red after you to pull you back into the penitentiary. All right. Good morning to you, Pete. How you doing? He says, good morning to Ryan and the Navajo Nation. And we'll wait, and everybody else as well. Our poll question this morning, John Cena was at the Oscars last night. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment on the Oscar? Of course, he was probably in a pair of shorts. You couldn't really see this, that, and the other. That's the reality of it. I'm doing great, Pete. I appreciate it. Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate because families were watching, or maybe. 11% of the votes went to maybe. 33% of you say no, it was inappropriate. And 56% of you said yes, it was comedy. I never thought John Cena could be funny because you can't see me. His character was always serious. Like, you can't see me. Five finger shuffle in wrestling. He was always serious. What you gonna do, brother? Wrong guy, huh? We're gonna take a break. Give us a poll answer there. When we come back, we got more on the way. 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. 39 degrees in the metro Atlanta area. A freeze warning was in effect last night, but we're good for that. Guys, stay with us. Navajo Nation says, hello back to you, Pete. Sweet Leaf says, good morning. Sue says, good morning. Bob says, good morning. Tim says, good morning. Alice says, why didn't you say hello to us? She's everybody else. She don't know. Up in Canada.
to fill, and yet they wouldn't even pay the legal minimum wage mandated for government contracts. Retired steelworker Mitchell Schaefer recalled in a 1991 interview, I went to work there in the late 30s, swinging a 20-pound sledgehammer to break iron billets. The 81-year-old continued by
we'll get into this story after the break.
6 days a week, no vacations. The last straw came when Bethlehem fired over 1,000 workers. Bethlehem claimed these particular workers damaged coke ovens when they engaged in a work stoppage. Workers immediately formed solid picket lines at 7 gates that stretched 2 miles. They successfully beat back attempts by police to allow scabs to cross their pickets through their company union. The stage was set for the next big strike at Bethlehem in March that would finally win union recognition.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location.
Women History Month. Woohoo!
Sweet A here in Newnan. Same great taste. The best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newnan.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
I am Apostle Deborah Harris.
Harry coming back. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, man. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour and holding them right now 39 degrees and the sun's trying to come out. It's going to be down there 40 nights. Complete run of your forecast is coming up. A rundown of your forecast is coming up next period, so stay with us. Little unsolved mystery music for you. I think it's perfect heading into our next story of the morning. Coming from Oklahoma, though, a man described seeing a UAP over Oklahoma, which is a Smokey Type circle. Last week, told you about a Smokey Type circle in another country, which was just a group of mosquitoes. And we got into that last week. So now this man's saying a resident spots an unidentified object over Oklahoma. It was bright. It was so bright. He said round Smokey Type circle. So we'll jump into it and see what's going on there. A former Navy veteran by the name of Stephen, or I should say Steve. Stephen may not be a proper name because it's like Margaret and Margie's not the same. Steve, a Navy veteran, is among those who witnessed an unusual object floating in the sky of Oklahoma. They're usually known for Bigfoot sightings in their woods, but right now I guess they're known for this other too. He, along with his children and neighbors, were outside on March 4th at 7:29 p.m. when they spotted something in the sky. It could be a group of mosquitoes. You never know. Steve, in a Sunday interview last night with News Nation Prime, described the UAP. He said it wasn't moving at this point. It was just sitting there. It was bright. It was so bright. When it initially appeared, the object began to move. It encircled what Steve described as a round smoke type circle. And of course, the behavior of the object, particularly its movement towards the circle that produced, definitely was not logical, according to Steve. Steve says it started moving towards that smoky ring, and then it was, as it got closer to it, it just kind of faded, like it just vanished, like it went into a different universe, like the smoky ring was a black hole. Gotta ask some of my experts. The event was undeniably definitely interesting, leaving many eager to further explore and understand what was going on. Wow. Usually they're known for Bigfoot sightings in Oklahoma, but not there. One of the survival shows I watched had something that looks like a Bigfoot in the background. Oh, wow, man. Well, you know what? Here's the thing that I don't understand. We could catch the Bigfoot if we sent all you hunters out there that know how to hunt. They never let the real hunters go out there, right? They only let the guys, I'm a Bigfoot hunter. Well, I'm a tracker. You let a hunter go find them, they'll find them and shoot them and put the head on the wall. That's why we don't have any Bigfoot sightings in Georgia. They'd really have to hide here because our hunters would be like, hey, Bob, get that son of a gun. I'll get him. Bam. Let's be honest. We do have a Bigfoot group here in Georgia, though. It's pretty cool. But which show is that? The survival show. Put it in here. I want to see it. We do have a Bigfoot group here in North Georgia. Now, that's North Georgia going into Tennessee. If it was in the middle of Georgia, down here in the southern part of the central part of Georgia, you wouldn't have it. I'm just telling you. We have too many hunters that would bag this thing in a minute. I'm telling you. Everybody, why do you have to talk so good about Georgia all the time? Yeah, we got our bad things. We all know we do. But hell, I'm just telling the truth. Which show, Pete? Let me know. I want to watch it because it could have been. You never know. It could have been whatever it was. But they are known more in Oklahoma for Bigfoot sightings than they are UFO sightings. So there you go. A little bit more. So there you go. I want to dive deeper into this. There is a Bigfoot group up in North Georgia. Of course, we got all kind of paranormal groups in Georgia. We have to chase down things that are dead because if we chase down things alive, we'll make them dead. Talking about Bigfoot. It's got to be South Tennessee going into North Georgia, Southern Tennessee going into North Georgia. They're hiding. Oh man. But seriously, I've heard things about it. The one thing that people don't really look into when they talk about Bigfoot is it could be some kind of creature out there that nobody knows that's living off the land. And we call it Bigfoot because we turn it into like that type of creature, but it could be a creature. I mean, there's creatures in the ocean that we don't know about. There's animals and creatures and all kind of plants and stuff that we're just discovering because we're smart, but we're not that smart to be able to say we discovered every single thing in the world. We discovered every single creature in the world, every single plant in the world. Come on. Back in the 1800s, they didn't know what a squid was. They thought it was a big ocean monster. So what I tell everybody when people start, whether they're really into Bigfoots or creatures of the sea, or they really like, that can't be real. I just say, think about this. We're humans. Put two and two together. I put two and two together. I don't judge either side with their opinions. I just say, think about this. I try to think of it logically. Sailors in the 1800s didn't know what a squid and an octopus was. So, comes the police. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. They don't have their sirens on because they just, wait a minute. What's going on here? What the heck's going on? They done blocked the road. And then another officer's over here. Guys, I don't know what is going on in front of the station. I know what it is. There's a tractor trailer coming through. Bringing something through here. Okay. All right. There again. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the show. Gail is with us this morning from Tennessee. I have to look for it later. Thanks, Pete. Let me know, bro. Okay, that's what it is. There was something coming through. All right. Okay. Whew. I thought it was good. It's not bad. Okay. Anyway, but I always tell everybody, look, they didn't know that back in the 1800s, right? They didn't know what a squid or an octopus was. So think about this. Bigfoot could be a creature that we haven't discovered yet. Our scientists are more interested in deciding whether or not we should change time. Well, should we keep the time spring back or forward? Should we keep it for daylight savings time all the time? I mean, we're going to spend millions and millions of dollars to study that instead of trying to find out if there's new creatures out in the woods. Something that's more interesting to our kids. They're not interested. They don't care to have to wake up this morning. They don't know the difference in the time change. But they would love to know what Bigfoot is. Come on. We're putting our money in the wrong spots. We could cure cancer. We could actually have people have operations, but no, they're going to pop these Oxycontins and these people see lizard people in the corner. Why they call people, hey, man, lizard people are real, but Bigfoot's not. Really? Really? Back in a moment. The reason I'm saying that, Gail, if you're just coming on, is I was talking about a UFO sighting in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's known for more Bigfoot sightings. So that's what I was talking about if you're just catching me at the end. A former military guy said he saw a circle in the sky. This object disappeared into a black hole. Circle. So I just know that I got listeners from Oklahoma, and it's nowhere for the Bigfoot. But you know what? I've always thought Bigfoot could be, if Bigfoot's real, I'm not gonna say it isn't or isn't. Is or isn't? Because I don't want people that think I'm being derogatory towards them, and people that don't think I'm being derogatory towards them. But I'm gonna say if, because I'm a news person. I always say it's a creature we haven't discovered yet. I always try to, that's why I like it to compare it to the ocean squid or something. And there's animals in the ocean, there's fish in the ocean and other creatures in the ocean we haven't discovered yet either. We'd rather sit around and study, should we have daylight savings time or not? Yeah. Yeah. No, just go ahead and let's have daylight savings time and get the money somewhere that we could actually learn something. Instead of having people fight over something. But at least when people disagree with Bigfoot, they don't throw each other out of their homes. Not like politics. Popping those Oxycontins and saying, it's the end of the world. We're going to talk about some health this morning, too. A cold question this morning. Let me get back to it. Okay, good. I like the response. Keep responding. Gail here, Ryan. She wants the number. The number.
Randolph for her role in the holdovers. 4 adults and 1 child are dead after a small plane crashed in Virginia on Sunday. The private jet crashed in the woods near Inglesfield Airport in Hot Springs. That's about 3 hours outside of Richmond. The FAA and NTSB are investigating the cause of the crash. The brother of an LSU women's basketball player is under arrest after jumping onto the court during a brawl that broke out in the Southeastern Conference Tournament Championship game against South Carolina.
Oh, man, I didn't play that this weekend. I could have played that in a bit of fight. Whoa, I could have had that on the radio. Dadgummit, I missed it. Some LSU people getting into fights. A brother of one of the basketball players got into it. Dadgummit, that would have been a good news story. Live.
And a documentary on the rock band Bon Jovi is debuting on Hulu in April. Thank you, good night.
Bon Jovi's got a documentary on Hulu?
I'm Jim Forbes.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, there's Home Advisor. Home Advisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Woo-hoo. Here we go. We're coming back. Like, subscribe, and share, everybody.
Jackson Street, Suite A, here in New.
Hey, Carl here from Cowardly Force. Cowardly Force is Newland's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowardlyforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Carnival time is finally here. The Great Spring Fest with Let's Go Family Amusements, March 7th through the 17th. 2 weeks of family fun with over 30 exhibits, rides, and more. Across from the Callaway Football Stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. Presented by LaGrange College, Toward Communications, and Let's Go Family Amusement. March 7th through the 17th. LaGrange Spring Fest. Carnival season is finally here.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod
Peterson Show.
Inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it.
All right, here we go.
Make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Listen to the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge, Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key. If you are a sports fan in Columbus, it doesn't get any more local than the Sports Beat. We cover Columbus River Dragons, Columbus Rapids, Columbus Lions, Columbus Chattahoochee, Columbus State Cougars and Lady Cougars, and all the high school football and basketball action in the Chattahoochee Valley. If you have a sports question or would like to be a guest, you could always message me on my Twitter page or Facebook page, Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge.
Hi, this is Mike Soriano.
Woo, love that show.
Sunday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. We help those who are struggling with their faith or have doubts through discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Go or Let God, Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
Mm-hmm. Keep going up. Aha! Good morning. Come on. Oh, it does. Until you get tired. So say good morning. We're still going, Stewie. Don't worry about it. We're still going. We're still going. It's period number 2 of RyanORadio Penitentiary. A lot in store for you. Some crime news out of Florida. Some daily devotion news. We'll get you a little bit of union news. I don't think we got much to talk about this morning on that. But it is a Monday. We got some sports news in the final period, so don't worry about that. Where is Russell Wilson going? We'll tell you. But first, who am I? I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary host, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and of course, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide say it all over the shoutcast across the RyanORadio media page, iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, and our Spreaker. We're across Earth, Rock, Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. Also, we're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, across the Jordan Communication of family radio stations, East Alabama and West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern Sports, inspirational talk, and oh, by the way, the headline news. We're the home of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown every morning about the same time. And to my haters, I got one thing to say to you haters. Listen up to this. I am the man around here. And look, I do appreciate you still, haters. I really do. I do. If you hate this and you dislike me telling you like it is, and you're still listening, I still appreciate you, even if we disagree. Be like, dadgummit, this guy I want to hate him, but he don't care. Nope. Straight edge, independent skeptic, straight edge, no drugs, no alcohol, no nothing. So my mind is completely sharp. Independent means I'm down the middle. I call it like it is. I'll call everybody out. Don't care who they are. And skeptic means the only thing I believe is that B-I-B-L-E. And everything has to be proven to me. Everything else has to be proven to me. That's right. I believe that. B-I-B-L-E. Everything else has to be proven to me. I listen. That's the difference. Oh, listen. That's the difference. I give everybody their due. I don't give the devil his due. Never give the devil his due. But I give other human beings their due. That old saying, give the devil his due? Nope, I don't. I give other people their due anytime somebody usually used that phrase, it was because it was somebody different opinion than mine, and I think they're evil and my opinion is right. No, I don't think like that. I just think everybody's opinions are different. We all have one like a nose and another part of the body. So what feet? I don't know, man. But I gonna get into that. All right, good morning to you. Tomorrow morning, we're going to talk about Oppenheimer and its number taking all, which Shane kind of predicted. If it didn't, it would be unbelievable. I kind of said, hey, I believe it's going to take the Oscars. The Academy Awards were last night, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow morning and get deeper into that with what's hot and what's not at the Oscars, as well as what's coming out on movie-wise, top 10 movies from over the box office weekend, who took the number one spot this past weekend. Families took the number one spot. We'll get deeper in that in the final period tomorrow with Shane B. Also tomorrow morning, Sports Beat's very own Richard Holdridge joins us. We'll talk UFL football beginning this month, Major League Baseball spring training, the River Dragons hockey as they continue to move forward towards that FBHL championship gold this year. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll get you some other hockey news and other sports news for you tomorrow morning in the second period. Still to come, we'll go inside the coach's corner in the final period with Coach Tommy Lewis from Landmark Christian. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on at Landmark and get his thoughts on some other things as well. But first, and also, I think Russell Wilson is with a new team. We'll tell you who he's going to be quarterbacking for this season. We'll see how the Falcons are doing and more. We got some sports NFL off-season news for you. It's Football Fridays every Friday on the network, all over the network. But Mondays, I like to call it Monday Morning Armchair Quarterbacks. We'll talk about that. So there. Sorry I took your names there, Armchair Quarterbacks, but I like that. All right, headline news this morning. Our poll question is about John Cena, the former WWE 16-time World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment last night? Of course, he wasn't really nude. He was probably wearing shorts and everything like that. You know, he wasn't letting it hang and fly because I'm pretty sure he wasn't. If it was, it would have been too cold too. And then, somebody would have said, "Oh, Cena, I can't see it." You can't see it, John Cena says. That's what he says to his girlfriend every time. You can't see it. Never mind. Just kidding. I'm being mean. See how I'm down the middle and independent after I go after everybody? Yeah, that's just the way it is. You can't see me. You can't see it. Anyway, do you think it was appropriate for him to pull this segment last night? Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate because the families were watching. Or maybe. 18% of you said, maybe, whatever. You'd either take it or don't take it. No, it was inappropriate. 36% of you said that. And yes, it was comedy, says 45% of the audience. You guys continue to like, subscribe, and share, and answer our poll question that we have on the YouTube page. We're gaining more and more viewers on there every day. And I want to get more and more viewers on this because it's something big time. All right, let's jump into some headline news, ladies and gentlemen. Marlena Lopez, 52-year-old woman, was reported missing on Wednesday. She was trapped inside a shipping container near a business in Cocoa, Florida. The circumstances leading to her being confined there remains an investigation. She was banging on the containers while she was trapped. Thank God she's alive. That's all I'm happy about. I'm happy that Miss Lopez is alive. The 52-year-old woman was reported missing on Wednesday, was discovered just before noon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. It's Monday. They're probably not awake yet, Pete. They probably don't like me anymore. They don't like me anymore, Pete. Sweetly says, I'm here. Sue, Tom, everybody says they're here. Bob. She was found unharmed, but was taken to the hospital for evaluation and more. Law enforcement found in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Lopez was last seen Monday at her home. Concern arose when she failed to pick her son up, prompting a co-worker to notify authorities. Detectives looked into it. Detectives looked into it. And the initial search involved family members and issues with missing persons bulletins. During the investigation, it was revealed that Lopez had been located after being trapped inside a shipping container. How she got there, nobody knows. She's been banging on the container door for someone to hear her and unlock it. The circumstances leading to this are still under investigation. Thank God she is there. Was it tacky to you? Was it much, people can wear clothes, too much wear clothes? Oh, you're talking about the John Cena. I am so glad that the 52, maybe Pete, everybody's tired of me. I don't know. They'll be coming on this Monday. They're just now waking up. It's too early for them. We're the only early birds out there. You, Gail, a few other ones. Sweet Leaf and everybody on the Navajo Nation are always with me. Maybe I should start my show a little later. I guess people like to sleep in. And of course, most people are going to work, so they're probably listening in the radio or online. If I did it a little later, everybody could watch. Yeah. I need to start doing a show a little later. We're glad Miss Lopez was located safe and sound. I was worried about that. That segment, yes, 45% of you said it was comedy. No, 36% say it was not appropriate, and maybe 18%. Didn't watch it either, Pete. I wasn't into the, hey, keep coming on, guys. Keep going back up. Like, share, subscribe. Don't leave us hanging here this morning. 17 minutes past the hour. We're holding at about 40 degrees now under kind of sunny skies. Well, the sun's trying to come out behind, but out here this morning, it's going to be a cool one this morning and cool throughout the day. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Hollywood stars hit the Oscar red carpet. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. And Oppenheimer shadowed. His crowned the biggest picture at the Academy Awards, shadowed by war. We'll talk more about that tomorrow morning. Let's see what else we got going on before we dive into that. I didn't really watch it either, Pete. I was more just saw the segment on there because it was said something about John Cena, and he won the internet and he won the night. Everybody else was there. Cena kind of made it funny, I guess. That wasn't funny to me in the real world. Too many pervs. See, Gail, that's what I was thinking. That let's talk about this right quick before we get into our next topic this morning, our next news story. That was what I want to talk about. And John Cena, of course, got our daily devotion still to come here. We'll do that at the end of this segment, going into the break. It's me. It's me, the one and only Cool Kid. What's up, one and only Cool Kid? We appreciate you being back with us. And I heard, the thing about it is, no, Cena was in shorts, but they portrayed it the way it was. But I agree with you. With so much going on in this world today, Gail, I think it was kind of inappropriate to be doing that now. They were talking about, basically it was making fun of streakers going across during that time. And Pete said he was watching The Walking Dead. When it was on, I think I was watching something called, I don't know what it was some kind of program that had little 15-minute segments. But comedies, like it was comedy and drama and timelines and stuff like that. And so I was watching time travel stuff yesterday evening. Then I got into the news. Figured news and time travel, if we go back in time to when President Carter and President Reagan had debates and they didn't try to kill each other, and there are fans that try to kill each other. Anyway, let's get back to it. Thank you, one and only Cool Kid, for saying you love my streams. I appreciate that. Get it to all your friends and family out there. Get them to follow me, like and subscribe, and get this show going. I might have to, and I know guys that go back and we get a lot of rewatches and everything. I appreciate it. But back to the thing at hand. it was probably the biggest thing to happen. They were talking about streakers again back in the 80s happening on, and that was very unusual because the streaker did that on the Oscars. That was kind of making fun of the streakers running across the football fields back there in the 80s and 90s. That's really what it was. And that's really what it was. But I think they were kind of doing that, and John Cena gave it, and it was kind of a lead in to giving away the best costume awards and stuff and all that kind of stuff. They wanted to make it where people would actually watch it, but you know, people like Pete were watching The Walking Dead and other things. So I do agree with all that's going on in this world today that it wasn't a very good idea. But I'm in the maybe camp. But didn't really care one way or the other. Maybe it was all right, maybe not. Right now, do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull that nude segment at the Oscars last night? Yes, it was comedy, 42% of you say. No, it was inappropriate, says 33% of you. And maybe, says 25% of you. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sweet Leaf and Sue and gang. There you go. And say hello to One Cool Kid, everybody. He's on with us. He's bringing the youth audience to us. All right, in other headline news, the U.S. Embassy in Moscow is issuing a terroristic threat alert to Americans to avoid crowds there. If you know of anyone there, please avoid the crowds. And for more information about how you can get back out, call the embassy at 7-495-728-5000. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we told you about a Smokey Type circle in Oklahoma earlier. Also, SpaceX is set for its third Starship test flight coming up March 14th. And they're thinking about coming back, crashing back into the Indian Ocean. That's right. What, said Andrew? Andrew Bolanos, good morning, my lovely bride. FDA issues a warning about lead-contained ground cinnamon products. So don't use that cinnamon, throw it away. It's got 2.3% to 3.4% of parts in it. Americans, as of Friday, will not be able to get free COVID tests anymore for a while. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull a nude segment at the Oscars? He was kind of had a big old sign in front of him, you know. It's a big old sign, but it was supposed to be like the envelope with the nominees in it. And of course, he was wearing shorts, we know, and sandals, but it looked like he was nude. So, do you think it was appropriate for him to pull that last night at the Oscars? Maybe, says 31% of you. 31% says no, it was inappropriate, and 38% says yes, it was comedy. So there you go. Wow. Here's something that's been going on for a while in Georgia. That's even brought out people acting a fool at a State of the Union address. The Georgia House recently passed the Lincoln Riley Act. The act requires ICE to detain illegal immigrants, and Riley's death has become a rally point for so-called Republicans. Georgia lawmakers recently passed this act, a bill proposed that said it is aimed at making sure no family has ever have to go through what the Riley family has went through with the death of the 22-year-old Augusta University nursing student who was killed last month while on a morning run. Authorities arrested Jose Albarra, a man who entered the United States illegally on murder and assault charges in connection to Riley's death. Now, there's a lot of deaths that go on everywhere, whether you're illegal or not, because people just think they can do whatever. You still got good old boys out here that are bending over for each other and, you know, going out here trying to kill people like you know, those guys. What are their names? The McMichael idiots in Brunswick. Have you heard about TikTok getting banned? Yes, they're getting banned. I have heard about that. Republican Georgia State Representative Jesse Pedro joined the News Nation Prime to explain what the bill was all about. So let me begin just by making it clear that this is a measure that was drafted a year ago. The measure was drafted a year ago, dropped in January, and was actually heard twice before the tragic happened. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp expressed his fury over the 22-year-old being killed and suggested a letter to the White House that her alleged killer that slipped through the cracks during the immigration policy. And I understand a lot of people are feeling that way as well. Yeah, they're banning TikTok because of some sexual overtones and stuff. One cool kid, and when it was just what it was for the kids and young adults to get on there and have fun, because let's be honest, guys, some of them think about that, but they're more fun about taking videos of themselves dancing to their favorite song than they are worried about trying to get on there and find a date. Okay. I understand where the young people are coming from, but then you get these perverts that go on there. Just like that's why Gail thinks that the segment last night for John Cena was not appropriate. Ban in the USA. Ban in the USA. We need to ban it in the USA, Andrew, for sure. My lovely bride. There you go. We need to ban it. I agree 110%. Or we need to go in there and work on it so that only certain people can get on there doing certain things. So if kids want to get on there and do their dance routines and all that cool stuff that they like to do, I don't understand TikTok. I'm not into it. But if the kids are into it, boom, pull off all the old perverts on there. If I'm not understanding it, it is for the youth. Okay. And we need to leave it for the youth. But parents need to check it. So all you old perverts on there, dang over, Ryan wants to get us out of here. Yes, I do. Why do we want to ruin something for the kids? That's like back in the day, and young people don't understand this, but back in the day when your parents had a went to the roller rink, that was something for kids, and then older people started messing it up. Jesus Christ. Women were dressed trashy. Women were dressed trashy, not classy. Why? I don't know. I didn't really watch too much of that. Well, I mean, John Cena showed up looking like he was bare. So I mean, it's a segment. But it's a different day and time. I know there's going to be fake people out there on one side. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this after the break. I got to talk about something I'm going to talk about. It's going to really hit hard to some people out there. But it's about your health. But yeah, I don't understand. I didn't really know. I didn't really watch it. So, but I think it's a different day and time. That's probably what it is. These people want to show off what they have because most of these people are getting too old and they want the 20-year-olds to like them. I got to dress improper so a 20-year-old will like me. While the whole time these 20-year-olds and younger are like, we're really not even watching the Academy Awards. We're like hanging out with Pete, like Pete Smart. We're like him. We're watching Walking Dead. You do know that the people they were trying to impress were probably watching The Walking Dead instead of watching them, right? Because I didn't watch any of that. I just saw it pop up on my feed that John Cena was at. I was like, dude, what? Not Cena? You can't see it. Cena come out and says, you can't see it. And Cena's girlfriend sitting out on it. That's right. I never saw it. Oh, Lord, did I mess with Cena? Yeah, I did. Oh, Lord. 29 minutes past the hour. It's 40 degrees on the outside cold, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at our daily devotion. We need to get away from this and get into something that's going to save us. Daily devotion sponsored by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue here in the Metro Atlanta area at Noonan. Every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Inside services, 9 a.m. and 10:30 services outside under the tent. And NCCPM, hip cool kids in the evening. We're also going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Cedric, Pastor Randy, Pastor Darren, and Head Pastor Jimmy Ellison invite you out to transform lives for Jesus' sake. 17 First Avenue in Metro Atlanta area, Noonan. Coming from our daily devotion prayer book that Jesus Listens by Sarah Young on this 11th day of March. She's bringing together Psalms 62:5, Psalms 46:10, Matthew 11:28-29, and Psalms 46:5. Here's what she says. My comforting Lord, help me find rest in you alone, and my hope comes from you. I have restless mind. It skips, scampers everywhere and goes, rarely taking time to be still. Come to me. You say, come to me and I will give you rest. You are the only resting place in my mind, Lord, that truly satisfies me, strengthens me. Whispering your name and waiting your sacred presence is great. True hope comes from you. False hope comes from many sources, including advertising, including politicians, including movies, including everything music. 3 hours I live stream, my friend, from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. Please give me discernment as I seek to walk along a hopeful path. Many voices call to me, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Protect me from deceiving, those deceiving ways while I am trying to process all the information and give you, Lord, my attention. In your peaceful presence, true hope grows within me. Yours through the name Jesus. Amen. Ooh, that's what all this stuff God is sitting here telling you this morning. Stop watching the Joe Rogans of the world. I don't care how successful they are. They're lying. When a pot-smoking comedian that is known for going a little extreme looks at you like you're crazy, you gotta be crazy. That's right, Cat Williams looked at him like that. Dude, what's wrong with you, man? Dude, there's nothing in my... Pete Sweetly says, because there's nothing in his stuff. There's no fentanyl or Oxycontin in his stuff, that's why. You shouldn't have said that. Anyway, but yeah, peace in his presence. God is telling you to stop watching all these other stuff. God is really saying don't support them because they're lying to you. It's taking your attention away. And I'm not saying that we don't all get like that. We all get like that. I'm just saying try to do your best not to get like that. Try. If you look towards him, it won't be like that. I'm on for about 3 hours, my brother. I appreciate it. We're going to take a break. Come back. I got a few things to talk about this morning. It's a true crime. Oh, it's Major News Monday. What's wrong with me? It's a Major News Monday still to come. Pittsburgh Steelers sign a famed quarterback. We'll get in that next period. Plus, we'll talk more NFL off-season news for you. River Dragons hockey and more. We'll give you updates on all that, but we're going to get deeper in that tomorrow morning. And movie reviews with Shane B tomorrow morning. Up on the feed, do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment on last night's Oscars? Yes, it was comedy, says 38% of you. No, it was inappropriate, says 31% of you. And maybe you're like, I don't really care either way. Maybe I don't care. It was all right. It didn't really bother me one way or the other. That's 31% of the votes out there. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We got more on the way. We'll talk about some health issues for you this morning. It's a Monday edition. Share, like, and subscribe.
Light and variable wind. Some passing clouds tonight, low near 35. Low near 35. Winds light and variable. Sunshine tomorrow with a high near 70. Light and variable winds, a low near 41 tomorrow night with partly cloudy skies. And into your Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixture, high near 75. Partly cloudy skies for you Wednesday night, low near 48. That's your active weather forecast. Sponsored by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street here in Newton. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those
rodents, critters, or gooey things at all.
Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home, offering both monthly.
Oh, I gotta do his song.
Plus specific services
Just because.
Insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Prepare. Buy. Best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street, Newton. 770-954-9941.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions.
Time to get up, get at 'em.
So that you can make the best
All right, at the
decision.
end of the hour, we'll do this.
78525.
Got a couple of things to talk about.
Schedule a free consultation today to discuss your real estate needs. You don't have to do this alone.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Meet Charmaine Preston, the trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to be your birth. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston. CP
You can't see it.
Carnival time is finally here. LaGrange Spring Fest with Let's Go Family Amusements, March 7th through the 17th. 2 weeks of family fun with over 30 exhibits, rides, and more. Across from the Cowboy Football Stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. Presented by LaGrange College, Georgia Communications, and Let's Go Family Amusement, March 7th through the 17th. LaGrange Spring Fest. Carnival
Here we go. Here we go.
Music trivia and much more. Listen to Hollywood 360 and radio rarities whenever you like. Visit Hollywood360radio.com to subscribe. That's Hollywood360radio.com. Hello everyone, this is
TJ Commando. Tell everybody, come on, stop the playing. You got that right, fella. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Is that he's coming out? Here he is. You can't see it. That's what his girlfriend says every time too. She's like, yeah, I agree, I can't see it. There we go. Yes, it is. Yeah, we can't see it. You are the franchise, John. No, we can't see it. Yeah, did you think that it was appropriate for John Cena to pull that nude segment last night on the Oscars? Well, 38% of you said it was comedy. 31% of you said it wasn't appropriate because families were watching. And maybe 31% said maybe. Well, either or, I could have took it, basically. She is doing a little better. Gail, thank you for asking. He's going to brush him out like Colgate. Come on, Cena. We can't see it. Cena. There you go. All right, let's jump back into it. Still to come, a 70-foot beached well stranded off of the coast, a Florida coast, I think. We'll talk. Is it a Florida coast or a California coast? It might be a California coast. No, a Florida coast. That's right. Got it right. We'll tell you what Florida coast it was. But first, thanks everybody for liking, sharing, and subscribing as well on the YouTube page. But first, we're going to get back to some headline news and stuff. It's Healthy Monday for me. I'm drinking Prime, which is now a sponsor for SmackDown. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Our sponsor for all the pay-per-views, I should say, they debuted it on SmackDown Friday. We'll talk more about that in just a few. Plus, we'll tell you more people going into the WWE Hall of Fame. And so that'll end the hour. This hour, we'll get into some sports next hour. We'll talk about Pittsburgh Steelers getting a top quarterback. We'll see who else is being signed during the offseason, the NFL offseason. The Atlanta Falcons are looking good. Who are they bringing in? Well, we know this guy's not going to come to Atlanta. We'll talk more about that coming up next period. So stay with us. Plus, we'll go inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis, head football coach and of the Landmark Christian War Eagles. All right, hold on. We got a few things to talk about. I got to get into this, and I heard it from right out of a nurse's mouth. I want to get into this. This is why people are seeing. Where's my glasses? Over there in the corner is a broom. And for all you conspiracy nuts, if you put the shades on like Roddy Piper from that movie, it's a lizard man! Actually, it still looks like a broom. But these people, we're going to sit here and say, they're the same type of people going to sit and say, people that believe that are the same type of people going to say that you need skin in the game. Doesn't matter that grandma and grandpa stole it. Great-grandma and great-grandma stole the land from the Native Americans. And from, we're not going to bring up what happened in the past. We're not going to bring up the past. We got everything. But these same people, they're like, I don't want to hear all of this. But these same people will turn around and tell you that these lizard people are real. And then they're going to say, I'm a Christian, and they're breaking every one of the 10 commandments that God told us to follow, that Jesus told us to follow. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And people do that all the time when they're calling people socialists and communists and lunatic left or lunatic far right or whatever. People are always talking about these people. But look, there's an excuse for this. And Sweetleaf brought it up, and he didn't know he brought this up without bringing it up. Fentanyl and Oxycontin. We want to fight to keep this out of the country, but we're not really fighting that hard on either side of the aisle. You know why? Because they're popping it in your marijuana, or you're giving this, just wrote this. A nurse actually came out of a nurse's mouth that they are writing more prescriptions because they get paid more by writing these prescriptions than actually getting you better. I'm not going to bring names up or whatever, but if someone said this, be like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Well, when you're, like, say, 40-something years and older, you believe that every pill that the doctor gave you is the right thing to do. Okay? And your hands are frozen. Ooh, well, you got a welder that, never mind, I'm going to not say that. Start a little fire beside you. Oh, you can't do that. Dadgummit. But anyway, I know people don't like to hear the truth, and that's why we don't have the lying audience that Joe Rogan has. And I'm sorry if I piss anybody off, but I'm not welding today. Dadgum, that's not fair. We figure out you could have welding on can you not weld on a cold day? I mean, is there a reason for that? I never understood whether it was or not. But, like I said, I like to call these people out. And Sweetleaf's like, man, I didn't know you were going to get into that. I know. But a nurse that I trust said this because they're writing prescriptions. The elderly and older people do not want to hear this. No, I need my medicine. I need my medication. Well, you're not supposed to pop your medication, whether it's Oxycontin, fentanyl, whatever, with alcohol. It says it right there on the prescription. But you go, well, it didn't hurt my father, so it's not going to hurt me. Didn't hurt my mom, it's not going to hurt me. And then these people start seeing pink elephants. I'm working jack of all trades, says Pete. I know you are, my brother. And it's like, but if I stop taking it, it's going to kill me. Are you sure? Are you sure? Well, I have to take all these drugs because I can't get an operation. Well, I know somebody just got an operation. You can if you ask for it. The problem is, don't say, well, and if you're like, well, my insurance doesn't pay for it. Well, find some insurance that does pay for it. Don't keep paying for insurance that you've had for 20 years that won't pay for things when you can find insurance elsewhere that will. There's plenty of it. Change is good. Especially, nobody wants you sitting around popping these pills and drinking wine and then thinking that the world is coming to an end because there's lizard people eating flies in the White House, or that only one person can save you and it's not Jesus. This is what's wrong with people today. The drugs are messing these people up. And I'm sorry if it hurts anybody's feelings, but it stunts your mental growth. I don't do any kind of drugs. Every once in a while I have to take some Tylenol. If you guys, I'm not gonna tell my age, but if you knew my age, I can walk. If I'm not driving, I'm walking everywhere I want to go. I'm in good shape. Okay? Wow, 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. Why is that thing hitting out there? But this is the problem with this. And it's coming from somebody in the medical field that people are doing that, making more money. They don't care. And you're going to sit there and say, oh, no, I need my Oxycontins. And I'm just using that as an example because was the most dangerous drug out there until fentanyl came in. And we're sitting here like, let's be mad at the border. We need better border control. Yeah, we need things like that. But we don't need to sit there and just blame one particular person while people keep taking medicine that keeps their minds from thinking. I will never do that. I'm never going to do that. When I had an operation years ago and had to take medicine, I took the medicine. I didn't take it up. I took it periodically throughout the time during my healing because I didn't believe in trying to get hooked on this medicine. And I'm like, well, I have to because of the operation, but I don't have to because my body healed itself pretty well. And your body is made to heal itself. I know people don't understand this. We've studied this in health class. People forget their health class in the 10th grade because all they remember is first semester was health class, second semester was learn how to drive the car. They should have never put those two together back in the day. I don't know if they do it today, but back in our day, the first semester was health, the second semester was driving, or vice versa. Whatever class it was. And think about that. Think about it. Your health teacher was a coach who also had to teach you how to drive. Okay? Some schools. Was that really a good idea not to have a full year of health class? No. Because the stuff that taught you about your body and your cells and white blood cells and white blood cells and red blood cells and teaching you how it's strong enough to keep the immune system strong enough for certain things. The reason we weren't strong enough for the COVID is because too many people were popping Oxycontins, which destroyed their systems. People just don't think. Popping these things do not, just because it makes you feel better right then doesn't mean it's good for your system. So I know this is going over some people's heads, and I know this is making a lot of people mad, but this is why we have people that believe some of this stuff. Used to, cool things like Bigfoot out in Oklahoma, or UFO phenomena and crop circles in Iowa, or haunted houses in New York were cool segments for people to listen to and nobody fought over. But in 2024, we take all these conspiracy theories because you're sitting there on the internet high on your Oxycontin saying this has got to be real. And then some of your marijuana, like Sweet Leaf is saying over here, he said some of your marijuana's got some of that stuff in it. He said, because you wouldn't be seeing things if it wasn't. He said, mine's all natural. He said, the only thing that happens to Sweet Leaf is he gets hungry and eats the whole cherry pie up. And that's the way it should be, guys, for you guys to do that, okay? What are you trying to say, Ryan? Trying to say people are taking medicine? No, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that when you take too much of it, it destroys your immune system and your mindset and everything. Why do you think? I mean, look, in the Bible, people live to be over 100 years old, guys. Noah, come on. That was stories. Yeah, it was stories for our lives to tell us what we should be doing, not what we should and should not be doing. Not, okay, well, it doesn't matter. You know, that king had a wife, a concubine, and 12 women. I can do the same thing. No, that's not what that story is about. The flood story is not what it's about. It's about the world needing to change. Come on, guys. Start getting it right. Stop going, I'm good and everybody's bad. Where's my next saucy cotton? Give me my wine. QAnon. Back in a moment. Oh, I probably made some people mad. This will be a good one for him after to rewatch. They'll be mad. He's talking about my Oxycontins. Q is real. Q is real. JFK Jr. is coming back to life. You know why we hadn't had a zombie apocalypse? Because the zombies are hiding. They're like, man, these humans are crazy. I'm not eating their brains. Y'all know why the zombies are not out here eating brains, don't you? Walking Dead is just a show. The real zombies are like, I'm not eating humans' brains. Why, Fred? Have you seen what they're doing on the internet? They believe in this weird stuff. Even hot sauce won't make it taste good. Dadgummit, this guy didn't want to give us any crazy conspiracy theory. Good Lord, because the people that knew that are uneducated. Conspiracy theories really are lies, man. Come on. I mean, the only reason Joe Rogan's even popular is because he lies. Anyway, the zombie thing, I was telling my listeners on the Facebook page, I mean, YouTube page and Facebook and everything. I was like, you know, the reason we ain't in a real zombie apocalypse is the zombies are out there. They're just hiding from the humans because they watch all of this stuff we do on social media and how our world is, and they're like, I'm not eating those human brains. There's something wrong with them. Even hot sauce won't help with that. Seriously. We'll never have to worry about a zombie apocalypse as long as our society is the way it is. Zombies are not going to eat brains that are rotten. They're like, oh, throw them rotten brains out. Oh, this one smells. This one right here. Oh, Lord, look at this one. This has changed color already. It's stuck in the conspiracy world. Oh, I don't want that. That might make me sick to my stomach. People smoking spice with bath salt or the zombies. There you go. Out of 10 humans, I can't even find one good to eat. These 10 humans, they were in this little room. No brains there. Why is there no brains there, Fred? Look, it's a clan meeting. I just made them clan members mad at me. They wanted somebody. They wanted. No, man. You know why those racist people will survive, right? A zombie apocalypse, because zombies are not gonna eat. The zombies are gonna waste their time trying to find brains. No brains here. I just made somebody mad. I just made some clan member mad. People in Florida back in 2012 were eating what? For smoking that stuff. They're eating people smoking that stuff. Oh. Well, I mean, it is a state that does a lot of things there in Florida. It is the highest rate of murders and stuff. It's the highest rate of drugs with legal drugs like Oxycontin and stuff there. That explains why some of them are voting the way they are. I'm picking. I just made somebody mad. Damn, he just keeps making people mad. Zombies don't eat, they want real brains. All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a moment, more on the way.
This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. Come join us every night starting at midnight on WQEE 99.1 FM. Together, we will head down a path of mystery and unbelievable stories of people experiencing true tales of ghosts, UFOs, monsters from the finest storytellers we know. Tune in Spaced Out Radio nightly on WQEE 99.1 FM, where together, my friends, we own the night.
Tune in Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Green. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday lives. We'll discuss exciting environmental news, ways to get involved locally, and we'll hear from
Not gonna find any brains in there to eat.
unique ways. Be sure to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show every Thursday at 10 a.m.
WQEE
99.1
99.1
FM.
The Key, Noonan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
NBC News Radio, I'm Jim Forbes. Hollywood's biggest night is in the books. Oppenheimer was the evening's top winner, securing 7 Oscars out of 13 nominations during the 96th Annual Academy Awards. The historical epic scored Best Picture, Director, Actor, Supporting Actor, Original Score, Cinematography, and Film Editing. Actors Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr., alongside director Christopher Nolan, took home their first ever Oscar wins. Poor Things star Emma Stone won her second Oscar for Best Actress, and Best Supporting Actress went to Divine Joy Randolph for her role in The Holdovers. 4 adults and 1 child are dead after a small plane crashed in Virginia on Sunday. The private jet crashed in the woods near Inglesfield Airport in Hot Springs. That's about 3 hours outside of Richmond. The FAA and NTSB are investigating the cause of the crash. The brother of an LSU women's basketball player is under arrest after jumping onto the court during a brawl that broke out in the Southeastern Conference Tournament Championship game against South Carolina. Chris Coraggio has the very latest.
The altercation started just over 2
Chris
minutes
Coraggio.
into the fourth quarter when LSU
What a name.
Johnson was called for an intentional foul and was then knocked to the floor by
Like,
South Carolina.
your real name is not going to work as a newsman, so we're going to give you a cool name.
In handcuffs by police after he jumped out over the press box onto the court. The remainder of the game was played 5-on-5 when all other players on both teams were ejected for leaving the bench. South Carolina went on to beat LSU 79-72.
South Carolina beat LSU on Saturday after a brawl.
On Hulu in April. Thank you, good night. The Bon Jovi story will tell the story of the band's 40-year career. I'm Jim Forbes.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, there's HomeAdvisor. HomeAdvisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that HomeAdvisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
Wow.
Cowee the Force. Cowee the Force
What is going on?
Addiction Recovery Support Center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.coweeforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Carnival time is finally here. LaGrange Spring Fest with Let's Go Family Amusements, March 7th through the 17th. 2 weeks of family fun with over 30 exhibits, rides, and more. Across from the Callaway Football Stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. Presented by LaGrange College, Jordan Communications, and Let's Go Family Amusement. March 7th through the 17th. LaGrange Spring Fest. Carnival season is finally here.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear
Noon and 2 p.m. Eastern.
including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hello, this is Perry Johnson's 2 cents on the economy today. Now, as you probably know, they are wrangling over the budget there in Washington, and the discussions are getting very heated. They claim there is nothing they can cut because they have cut everything to the bone. I find that kind of amazing. The Pentagon is audited every year. In fact, they've had 5 audits, and they have failed.
We're getting ready to come back.
In the last audit, it's kind of interesting. There was $220 billion that they could not find. They have no idea where the money went. They said, well, that's not really a whole lot of money in perspective, but it actually represents $1,375 per tax filer. To me, 220 billion seems like quite a bit. And if they think it's so little, why don't they send $1 billion or $2 my way? I say that the government is spending too much money. They have to start paying attention to costs. Like that is Barry Johnson's 2 cents on the account. For your 2 cents, go to BarryJohnson2cents.com.
Enjoy the views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
All right, we're going to do it once more. This time, roll the snakes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where are all the people today? I don't know. Maybe they want me to come on later. Happening at 2 p.m. Good morning. We are still going, Stewie, and where are all the people at this morning on the YouTube page? Well, we got 50,000 plus of you worldwide, elsewhere. All right, we're going to jump into it. Got a lot going on this hour. A little sports news to wrap up the Monday edition. We'll play Monday morning armchair quarterbacks this hour inside the coach's corner with Coach Tommy Lewis coming up. All that, but first, who am I? I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary host, the one, the only Ryan Neal, and of course, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout It Out Loud, the RyanORadio media page, iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, Spreaker, across the earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and Navajo Nation, baby. We're also across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and the Jordan Communication of favorite radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here, 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, almost Southern Sports, inspirational talk, and ladies and gentlemen, much, 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 much more. It's all coming up for you this morning on this edition of RyanORadio Penitentiary, a little sports news. And to all my haters, well, I got one thing to say to you. Thank you as well, but first, this. That's right. Whether they like it or not, I am the man around here at 8 minutes past the hour, 42 degrees, under kind of sunny skies in the metro Atlanta area. Cool this morning, but it's going to be cool tonight as well. Going to warm up a little bit today. A great evening. Getting all bundled up for tonight's LaGrange College presents LaGrange Carnival with Let's Go Family Entertainments and 99.1 FM WQEE and the Jordan Communication of family radio and television stations. We're presenting you the family fair coming up for you this evening, starting at about 5 o'clock. Going to open the doors. Come on out. It's across from the LaGrange. It's across from Callaway Stadium in LaGrange, Georgia. Tickets are available at Let's Go Family Entertainments. Good morning, Cher. Thank you for joining us in the final period here. It's about time you woke up. She's hours behind us. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Got a lot in store for you this hour. A little sports news and so much more. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And our question of the day, we're going to get deeper into the Academy Awards tomorrow in the third period of play, because in this final period of play, we'll have Shane B with us. You know, I'm going to talk about the Academy Awards. Oppenheimer taking most of the awards, who, what, when, and where. I kind of thought they would do it, and we're going to talk about that. Plus, who took the top spot over the weekend. Families took this top spot with Jack Black's latest install of a family classic. We'll talk more about that tomorrow morning, right here on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Good morning. Oh, time change. That could be what it is, Pete. Time change. People are like, I don't want to get up. You and I have been trying to search all morning why they didn't like us anymore. Pete and I thought we were running everybody off. We'll never be able to run Gail off, though. Now, we had a lot of people start the morning off this morning with me early. I guess it was late night there. So, but yeah, that explains it. Everybody will be back to normal, semi-normal. But look, guess what, Pete? That means all these people are zombies. Yep. And speaking of time change, I'm going to jump into that before we get anything else. And we're going to talk movies. But, of course, do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull the nude segment at the award show last night? Yes, it was comedy. No, it was inappropriate, or maybe either or. 38% of you said yes, it was comedy. 31% say no, it was inappropriate. And 31% said maybe. Yeah, they could not do. So there you go. John Cena. So there you go. I ain't been not streaking around RyanORadio. Don't say that. John Cena did all the streaking because you can't see it. Sue says, what? Tim says, that's my boy. No, I was not. I was not. Bob says, Ryan, you know better. Sweet Lee's like, dude, were you getting some of that stuff were you getting some of that stuff that you were talking about last hour about those people? No, I don't do that. I don't see imaginary imaginary lizard people in the corner. Cher just made that up on me. Laugh out loud, Cher. Sue says, yeah. Alice says, way to go, make it. Way to go. Mike says, poor Ryan. David says, ah! Tossing hot dogs, everybody. No streaking here. John Cena did the streaking. Well, he was in a pair of shorts, really. Time change. We got to talk about that in just a moment. Before we dive into anything else, we got some more sports to talk about. Time change. You know what the big thing about time change was? Our government, instead of spending money on finding new creatures and everything in the woods, in the ocean, instead of spending money for geography and history and government history to teach people out here so they don't get like stuck in 1968 mindsets, they're more worried about whether or not time change. Should we have this time we have now daylight savings time year round? Let's study that. You got billions of dollars going to science and studying that. Really? That's not important. Let's just keep the time the way it is. It is not important. Until we teach people real government history more than the First Amendment and more than there's more creatures out there that we don't have to go, what's this mysterious creature in the ocean? What's this a creature we haven't discovered because we're more worried about whether time change is going to affect everybody than finding out whether there's a new type of whale in the ocean or ocean creature. We got marine biologists that listen to this show and they're trying to study all this stuff. You guys are not important. We want to know about the time change. The only reason it was good for what it was for farmers. Now, we just need to leave it like it is all the time because farmers can work 24/7 because they have remote tractors that can work 24/7. Okay? Sheriff says, get them while they're hot. Toss to getting those hot dogs. So that's the thing. People are not quite used. So let's just get this time. Let's just keep the time the way it is now from now on. I don't know why the government just go ahead and just pass this and forget about it. Dude, this is one of the more important things we need to do so that we can keep everybody sane instead of all the crap that they're doing right now on both sides of the aisle. Come on. Come on. I'm serious. You guys think I'm joking, but they take this time change study seriously when we've got ocean creatures and creatures in the woods and stuff that we don't even know. And sometimes I saw something unique. Well, it's probably a creature we haven't discovered yet. Just like in the 1800s, they didn't know what a squid was and an octopus. Can't we study that? I'd rather study that. Because I think kids are more interested in creatures of the ocean than they are whether time's going to change or not. I vote for keeping one time year round. Amen. Let's do that. They need to put that on the ballot. I vote for it too. I mean, I know that these it would put out a couple of these scientists that are studying the time. Well, John won't have a job anymore. Yeah, but there's 250,000 other jobs he can do. Look out, Sue and gang. Sweetleaf streaking now. Sweetleaf is streaking now? Are you streaking, Sweetleaf? Sweetleaf says, no comment. And how do you know? Whoever that was. It was Gail that said it. Gail, what are you doing? Watching? You can't see it. That's what they said last night. John Cena come out. You can't see it. And his girlfriend says, you got that right. I'm so mean, I know. It's not hard to do. Just pick one. Exactly, Cher. We just think too logically because we're not in Congress. We're not making millions of dollars off of somebody. Hey, I'm going to fund these two guys sitting over here studying the time, whether the time should change or not. All right, let's do this. Kevin Kelly has been released from his AEW contract. He's no longer with the company after he made a post on YouTube, Instagram, and everything, and all of his social medias about his partner, Nigel, and everything. Kind of a joking, non-joking manner, so he was released. Also, ladies and gentlemen, United States Express, better known as Mike Rotunda, Mike Washington, IRS, and Barry Windham, better known as Blackjack Windham, and former United States Heavyweight Champion, World Champion Barry Windham, the brother-in-law of Mike Rotunda, who both are kin to Rotunda. Rotunda is the father of Wyndham Rotunda, which his uncle, he is known as Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt's uncle and father are going into the WWE Hall of Fame. That was a long way of doing it. Gail says, what? What? We were talking about the time change. You were talking about streaking. It's important. Both of them are. But the two-time WWE World Tag Team Champions are going into this year, the rightful place. Ceremony is going to be in Philadelphia, the home of ECW, where Bull Nakano and Paul Heyman are going to be put into the Hall of Fame. Paul Heyman's going to be the featured Hall of Famer this year. SmackDown on Friday had Randy Orton and KO defeat Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Bailey had an interview. She was crying about Dakota Kai and all the girls kicking her out of, the damage control. Belong Baylor says, I don't feel sorry for her. Naomi says, I do feel sorry. I understand. There you go. Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross with Scarlett came to a DQ. Street Profits, B-Fab, and AOP all got involved. Tiffany Stratton won her match. LA Knight and AJ Styles continue their feud. Dragon Lee defeated Angel with Humberto, Escobar, and Electric Lopez. And then the show had The Rock and Roman Reigns come out talking about they're going to challenge Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins to a tag team match first night of WrestleMania Night 1. And if they win, that the Bloodline can be involved in keeping Cody from winning the title. If they don't win, which they will, Cody and Seth win, everybody stays out of it. Cody ends up slapping The Rock in the face. So there you go. And that is all. I got a little wrestling news for you there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 20 minutes past the hour. Beautiful sunny skies in the metro Atlanta area. And, of course, we're still holding about 42 degrees here. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Good weather to get out, too, this evening. As we start warming up a little bit, it gets cold overnight for the big LaGrange Fair. Hi, Alice, says Gail. Alice says, hello, Gail. Sweet Leaf says, Gail, don't be looking when I'm streaking. Bob says, hey, too much streaking going on here. You can't see it. All right, anyway, let's jump into it. It's Monday morning quarterbacks. Let's play Monday morning quarterback right quick. Kicking it off with what's going on in the NFL this coming up fall, which we're just now getting springtime, and fall is months and months away. But we do have UFL football coming at the end of this month. I can't wait to see the Birmingham Stallions head over to Arlington. The USFL champions taking on the XFL champions in the first game in the series between the two companies coming together and forming the UFL. I love some football action. And May is right around the corner for CFL action. Speaking of football action, veteran quarterback Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers have come to a one-year agreement. On Sunday, the Steelers signed Wilson to a veteran minimum of $1.2 million. His former team, the Broncos, will also pay $37.8 million from 2023 and 2024 season. He appeared to confirm the signing Sunday night on a video on his social media on X, where X is trying to compete with YouTube now in the next couple of months. And I mean, who wants to watch Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon back to back? Not me. I'm not paying to watch them. That's why they get kicked off the networks. Anyway, year 13, he wrote for the caption on X, Grateful Steelers. So the Broncos informed Wilson last week that his 5-year contract is coming to an end. So there you go. Well, way to go, Russell Wilson, I guess. It's 38 degrees, high of 73 today. Woo, says Cher in Iowa. All right. Let's see what we got going on. Other sports-wise. Now that Russell Wilson is saying goodbye to the Broncos, let's talk about Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers hints at playing another 4 years. He's going to get in a box and go, in a closed box, goes, lizard people, come help me play 4 more years. Yes, I'm making fun of Aaron Rodgers. Conspiracy theories, good Lord. Why people get into the lies. New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who, thought about retiring in the offseason, says, no, I'm not going to do that. I got 4 more years. What if he don't get 4 more years? Is he going to blame Patrick Mahomes? Look, it's all Patrick Mahomes' fault. I was going to go 4 more years, but Patrick Mahomes decided to go 4 more years. We got to start a rally for me to stay on the team. Roger made the commitment during a recent appearance on the Look Into podcast. The 4-time NFL MVP player who missed 16 games last season because of his ankle injuries will expect to be at training camp ahead of the 2024 campaign coming up this spring. He said, I got back on the practice field late this season and couldn't get to a top speed sprinting, but hey, rehab otherwise, starting feeling good. Yeah, I'm hopeful I can play 2 or 3 more or even 4 more years, but you need to have that experience. Why is this thing freezing up? He says, but you need to have some good fortune in there too. Rogan, who was injured week 1 of the last season, said last month on Mr. Joe Rogan Experience, the conspiracy show, that the world was coming to an end and that he was eating with lizard people. No, I'm just kidding. That he can do everything except for sprint at the top speed. And then Cat Williams went in there like, hey man, there's something wrong with you people. You white folks are crazy. They are, man. They think conspiracy theories are real. He didn't say that, so anybody goes, he says that, that's hateful. I said that. The 40-year-old quarterback signed a 3-year contract, $112 million contract with the Jets, and he actually said earlier this week on another podcast that the Jets needed additional players in the offensive line. So, will he be back next year? Yes. Will he be back 4 years? I don't know. If he doesn't make it 4 years, will he blame it on Patrick Mahomes or blame it on or will he blame it on Travis Kelce? Yeah, it's Travis Kelce's fault because he's dating Taylor Swift. It's all their fault. Sports is now getting to be conspiracy theories. I don't know what's going on in this world. You can't even say, hey, dude wants another 4 years, and he don't like so-and-so, and this person don't like so-and-so's dating so-and-so, no big deal. No, it's got to all turn into a conspiracy theory that the end of the world's coming because of that. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play 4 more years with the Jets, I know it. I know what's going on. It ain't because he's old. It's because they're trying to keep him from playing. That's right. What about a wear and tear on his body? Well, that's too sensible, Gail. You're making too much sense right now, Gail. He don't have to worry about it. If he goes in a dark room for about a month, he'll be all right. His wear and tear of his body will heal. He'll be going, no more wear and tear on my body. And the zombies are outside his room going, yeah, hold off, Fred. You know, who's in that room? Who? Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, no brains. I'm thinking, don't get mad, Aaron Rodgers fans. Oh, Lord. But yeah, the wear and tear on the body. I can say another couple of years. I don't say 4 years unless his doctor knows something I don't know. You have to have a doctor tell you. But then again, people don't trust doctors. They only trust. They don't trust doctors to tell them what they need to do. Did you say both the presidential candidates were in that room too? No, I think Aaron's got more brains than both of them. I kind of threw off on, the Klan earlier being with no brains. So, or whatever. She says, Biden in that room too. I don't know if I think it's just old for him. He's going to be in the nursing home. Either one of them that's running for president is going to be in the nursing home. Oh my God, you just made somebody mad, Ryan. Or you got that Trump syndrome. No, dude, I'm making fun of everybody. Come on. Congress, oh, Lord. No, the Congress and the Senate, is a retirement home. I know where I'm going to go. I know what I'm going to do when I retire, everybody. When I hit the retirement age, I'm going to head to Washington. I'm going to become a senator or a congressman. You young folks, you don't understand. Back in the day, we used to say, suck it. You just cancel culture because suck it was nasty. But you don't understand that. Kind of like them today go, man, there's nothing wrong. We'll be behind the Klan. They're Americans. Well, that's why, see, look, we got a zombie apocalypse going on, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is the zombies just don't eat nobody's brains out there. We're all going to get new bodies soon. Andrew. Oh, and I've seen that too, Pete. We won't be artificial intelligence. Man, it's going to help me out. I mean, I don't have real intelligence, so the artificial intelligence might help me out too. See, at least I admit that. The only person in the media admits that. The rest of them are like, we're intelligent. We know. We know there's conspiracy theories real. We know it. While we're smoking. Yeah, at least Chuck Schumer is getting out. Give him credit. I do. I wish they all would start getting out. And look, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm against people because their age, but all of them are too old. All of them are too old. Right and left side, they're all too old. We need some younger people, but hell, the younger people got up there can't even dress proper to walk into a Congress meeting. They want to wear jogging pants and baseball hats. Like they go into rallies and stuff. Zombies, like baseball players I know, are a team. Zombies only eat dumb brains. They only eat dumb brains. Well, then they gonna get everybody. They're gonna go to Congress first. They're gonna go to Congress first. They're gonna hit Biden up and then Trump next. Oh, I just made Trump fans mad. Why are you comparing them both? Because they're old. What we need for president is the lady from Iowa. That's right, the governor of Iowa. I'm gonna write her in this year. She's done nothing but a great job with that state. That's who I want to be president. What's your governor's name in Iowa again? Share. I'd look older than I am now if I became president. I start having white hair because this is a 24/7 job. That's why none of these old guys need to be in there. If I ran for president, oh Lord, we'd be in trouble. No onions, no gravy. I'd be passing laws. Neither could Reynolds. That's who I'm talking about. Neither could Marjorie, and she should have been dressed proper. Her and the governor, this guy from Pennsylvania wears jogging pants. Don't show up dressed like that for Congress. Reynolds, at least she was dressed proper. And at least she knows what she's doing. At least she's smart. You know what? I wish she would run, but she's probably like, look, I go out there and run for president. Everybody like, this woman's got sense. We don't want to vote her in. That's the problems with the governor of Iowa. She's like, look, I'm going to talk like this. She's not sitting at her kitchen table trying to get mad about something. Peace, love, and rock and roll all the time, he says. Reynolds is sitting there going, you know what? I'm sitting in my office, the governor's mansion, in my office, doing my job. We don't want you. We don't want somebody like her. Not somebody who's going to do their job. No. I forgot her name, but I've done so much research on her that everything, if she did run, boy, I'd be behind her in a minute, honestly. She's not a hateful person. She's a loving person. She's an intelligent person. She thinks of everybody. She does what's best for her state. So I think she would do what's best for the country. Too bad Nikki Haley didn't get in, but hey, no president over 65. You got that right. We shouldn't have any Congress over that age either. They'd be like, hey, man, huh? Yeah, like Mitch McConnell. Huh? What's up? How's everybody doing? Mr. Senator, huh? We got chocolate over there? Sorry, I'm making fun of all of them. But I agree with you, Pete. I agree with you. Guys, you need to research Reynolds, Governor Reynolds over there in Iowa. Research her, guys. She is doing some great things. I will defend, I don't care whether she's Republican or Democrat or whatever. I know she's Republican, but I don't care what side. She's doing some fantastic things. And we're looking for a first female president. There you go. Now, there's some people like, I don't want no female for president. All they good for is having babies and making sandwiches. That's why the zombies won't eat their brains. Back in a moment. Seriously, look them up. Look her up, seriously. I keep forgetting her name. I'm sorry about that, but I've did some research on her, and I was like, wow, why is she not running? I'd vote her in a minute. What kind of law is she passing that blank and illegal? Oh, bringing illegal to the state is a crime. See, she's doing what's best for everybody. Look, I've never even heard. Let's be honest. I've never even heard anything negative about her, even from the people that probably in a different party say about her. Maybe they're in Iowa, but I haven't heard anything across the country. I guess that's why it's hard to remember her name, because she's out there actually doing her job. Oh, did I say that out loud? I love your governor. I really do. I wish he would run for president. People might get mad at me for saying that, but I do. She's a genius, honestly. Some of the stuff I've seen her talk and everything. I've seen her speak and everything. She's an educated woman. Genius. Yeah, maybe we won't be having him today. Maybe next week. Well, the former president may not be happy with her, but she's good. He might not be happy with her because she's probably more popular than he is. She's sitting down there. She's like, okay, we're passing laws. Good morning.
Good morning, Rhino. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, Coach?
Doing well. Good couple of weeks.
Well, we'll have some good stuff to talk about.
Good couple of weeks.
Yep. It's been a good couple of weeks here. Just need a little bit more, but that's how it is when you run a business.
Hey man, nonstop, 24/7.
Hey, I don't care about the 24/7. I just care about the taking care of the the bills and the business here. So
Right.
because the more advertisers we have, the more money I make. So
Of course, yeah, I get it. That's where you.
and I'm trying to do it without being a con person.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's amazing how much crossover there is in that. Trying to be a recruiter.
Yes.
Or recruit the hallway. It's like you try not to, try to be genuine, right? But it's like you still gotta cross the line when it comes to that. At least that's where it feels to me.
Yeah, well, I have to. I think the problem I have is I tell the truth too much to people. So
yeah,
I tell them how it really is, and I tell them what I can do, and I tell them what's going on. I just can't be anything else. I mean, it's hard for me because I
feel you.
So many other people out there in my business that are lying to people, and they're making millions of dollars doing it.
Yeah, I just keep falling back on the scriptures, like, don't be jealous of evil people that prosper.
Right.
You just keep doing the right thing, and
Right.
it'll work it out.
I know.
Because I feel the same way. All these schools out there that are recruiting kids, and level and scholarship them at high school so they can build a program. I was like, we're not going to do that, and we got to go through a couple of lean years to do it the right way. That's what we'll do, but I know that the Lord's going to bless it in the long run.
That's right. That's right.
So,
all right, we're getting ready to go on, Coach. We're going to talk about the last couple of weeks, what's going on sports-wise, and anything else you want to talk about as we get ready for spring football.
All right, man, ready to roll.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the last few minutes of the show. We're about 20 minutes away from the top of the hour, so of course, you hear that music in the background. It always means we are inside the coach's corner where our favorite head football coach from the landmark Christian War Eagles, the one, the only, Coach Tommy Lewis. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Rhino. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good on a Monday. How about you?
Doing good, man. Ready for a new day. Thank God it's Monday.
Thank God it's Monday, and of course it's another week ahead, and we're already into March. I mean, really, we're already into March. So.
I know time's flying. It just does not slow down, and the good news is these kids keep us young, and all these activities going on. So it's been good, although the weather has wreaked a little havoc on our schedule, but that's okay.
It does that sometimes. For some reason, the weather does that sometimes, and we complain. We complain it's too hot. We complain as humans. We complain it's too hot, too cold, too much rain, too this, too that, and it's like God sitting there saying, "Make up your minds."
Isn't that the truth, Rhino? That's so true. When it's cold, we want it warm. When it's warm, we want it cooler. And when it's dry, we want the rain. And when there's seems like there's too much rain, we want it dry. So that's one thing that I'm like, Lord, you're definitely the one. You're in control of everything, Lord. But certainly the weather is one thing we have no control over. That's all you.
Yep.
And so we just kind of roll with what we get.
That's right. We just need to roll with what we get. And the weather kind of wreaks havoc at different times for different sports, especially spring sports. But that's the way spring sports is. We're used to some cold days and some winter weather and then some rainy days and stuff like that and having to reschedule and stuff. So let's get into some of the spring sports schedule you got going on. Let's start off with a little baseball over there at Landmark. I love some baseball season.
Absolutely. As we've been kind of talking here the past minute or two, Rhino, we have had to do some shuffling around with our schedule, but we've been able to manage to get in a few games here and there, and it's some split results. We've done real well in some region baseball games with Towers. We swept them.
Right.
But then we faced a tough team in Redan. Redan's probably in our region might be the cream of the crop. They're a very good team, top to bottom. Got good pitching, good hitting, good defense, fielding, and so we dropped 2 last week to Redan, Rhino. But our kids are remain undaunted. They're still working hard and getting ready for the next set of region games. This coming week, we'll mix in some non-region games. We'll play Hampton High School tonight, actually. Hopefully, things have dried out a little bit. We'll be able to go down to Hampton and play against them. Later on in the week, we'll play at Fayette County High School. So a couple of non-region games this week as we take a break from our region schedule, Rhino. And then we also play Saturday at Westminster over on the north side. So, right now we're right about 500 in the region. We're about 500 overall, and we had, as I believe I've mentioned before, we had two of our players sign with East Georgia College, and so we're excited for them. Max Echeverria and Hayden Cruz, 2 of our seniors, will be going on a next level. So, just lots of things to remain excited about and stay focused on with our baseball program. So, but this week will be a non-region week, Rhino.
Well, sounds like a good week ahead there. And what else is going on with spring sports? We know we got soccer, we've got a lot of outdoor sporting events going on. So let's get into that.
Yeah, well, in the soccer arena, we really do kind of dominate our region.
Woohoo!
We've been able to both on the boys and girls side. Last week we beat elite scholars in both boys and girls. We were able to also defeat Columbia High School in boys and girls. And then in the upcoming week, we'll play Konos. We'll also play Towers. So we play Konos tonight, and then we play Towers, boys and girls on Thursday. And so again, just kind of a mix this week with region and non-region games, but both of our boys and girls programs seem to be hitting their stride and doing really well. Played one of the top programs in the state in McIntosh
Right.
the week prior, and that really just did a great job of getting our guys and girls prepared for our region schedule. The McIntosh, obviously a much larger school,
Mm-hmm.
top programs in the state, and we came up short in both boys and girls, but man, what a great experience. They competed well, learned a few things, and then it carried over into these last few games. They've been able to do well in our region. So both the boys and girls soccer programs, right in the midst of the intensity of the season, and doing real well.
Sounds good. Anything else to conclude in the world of spring sports and coming up this week in the world of spring sports?
Absolutely. Well, we just hosted our marquee event in track and field.
Woohoo!
We had our Bill Thorne Invitational, a very big track meet for us this past Saturday, a home event honoring Coach Bill Thorne, who for the better part of 30 years led our track and field program. When you look at the success of our program, obviously first and foremost, under his leadership, our track program turned out just fantastic people. Over the years, our graduates have gone on to do great things. But the track and field program itself, I think our school is up around 46 state championships total in all sports, but of
Right.
those 46, about 34, 35, 36 of them are connected to our track and field program, either through cross country or track and field on both the boys and girls side. So just a great event to honor him. He was able to make the event, even though the weather. Again, we talked about the weather at the top of the show, Ryan.
Right.
The weather has been hit or miss for us, but we were able to get the entire track meet in on Saturday.
Right.
One of our best attended track and field events that we've had, certainly in my time here at Landmark, and in quite some time. We had 15 schools participate, and our boys and girls both did a fantastic job. Lots of PRs, that's personal records for the folks out there that don't know a whole lot about track and field.
Right.
And that's really what you want to do as a track and field athlete. Is you're competing against yourself, and as long as you're continually improving and setting new PRs or personal records, then you're getting a lot out of the season, and you're contributing to the team. And we also had a couple of school records set. Jackson Campbell, a junior, has set a couple of records in the 100-meter dash and the 200-meter dash. That 200-meter dash school record had been intact and in place since the late 90s. So
wow.
Just a great day
Wow.
for our track and field program this past Saturday. And of course, both our girls and boys programs will go deep into the postseason and be competing for a state title. I think Coach Milton Campbell, our director of track and field, is looking for both programs to be a top 5 in the state, if not compete for the state title itself. So track and field is going on right now, as well as our tennis and golf programs are hitting their stride as well. Again, weather wreaked a little havoc on their schedule, so we had to shuffle around a lot of things. But both of those programs are competing and playing well. Our boys look to try to get back to the top four finish like they did last year, and our girls are always striving to improve as well. So in the tennis arena, and our new our golf program is under new leadership.
Okay, yeah.
Coach Reed McCormick. Yeah, Coach Reed McCormick is new. He comes to us from Birmingham Southern University, so he has collegiate experience. He was actually Coach McCormick was here a few years ago before I got here. And so he's picking up where he left off and really and building on what the coaches Burgess did for us over the last 3 years, and so we're really excited about the direction of our golf program as well.
Well, sounds good to me. So we got all this going on, and of course, spring is sprung, and like I said, we talked about the weather, but right around the corner is spring football. We already know that UFL is going to be at the end of this month. We already know that CFL is going to be in May. But high school spring games are setting up too. And you guys are going to be back at it again. So let's talk a little high school football before we get ready to get out of here.
Absolutely. We're looking very forward to the spring, Rhino. Again, a school our size, well, and I would hope at any school, our football players are involved in other sports. We have players on the baseball team, on the soccer team, certainly doing track and field.
Right.
Whether it's the sprints, the jumps, or the throws, and so so we're busy keeping up with their spring sports, encouraging them, but we're also making available to them a couple of lifting days a week, and so that's always a good thing. But yeah, come mid-May, we'll be cranking up spring ball. We'll have most of our spring athletes back, just depending on how deep all of our track and field, baseball and soccer players go into their postseasons. But we'll crank up on Tuesday, May 7th. We're looking at having right around 40 athletes out for our football team this year, which obviously right there will be a great improvement from our season this past year. We made it through the season with about 24 to 27 guys on the roster any given week. And so we're really excited about spring football and the future of our program. Rhino, our JV team did real well last year, so all those guys will be out there.
Yep.
And so yeah, we're very excited for spring ball, and then spring practice. The 10 days of spring practice will culminate
Right.
with a spring game at home against Clarkston High School. That'll be at home at 6 p.m. on Saturday, May 18th. So everybody put that on your calendar.
There.
Look forward to having everybody come out and support the guys and see how we've improved over these last 6 to 8 months by the time we take the field in May.
Sounds good to me. Now, I'll tell you what, Coach, tell us a little bit about what's going on at Landmark and how we can get involved over there and all the good opportunities, social media and everything.
Absolutely. Well, we're online. Obviously, we have our website for any of our families out there that want to that are looking to join a Christian education community. Our admissions office is always willing to tour people, introduce them to our landmark, the Landmark Way or the War Eagle Way, and doing academics, arts, and athletics all at a high level and all under the umbrella of Christ. And so we'd love for anybody out there that's looking for a home for their children to be educated. We love partnering with Christ-following families to raise their children in the admonition of the Lord and to challenge them in those three areas, in the academics, the arts, and the athletics, so that they can hone their talents, gifts, and abilities to the glory of the Lord. So we hope that any of those families out there that are looking for that for their children and their family, we'd love to show them around and have them become a part of the Landmark family. And if you just kind of want to see what's going on campus, I mean, any given night, there's something going on here, whether it be practices, games. We'd love for people to come out and support our student athletes and just see how, come really experience what I believe athletics is all about, which is just using it as a platform to pour into our young people the challenge and the adventure of knowing Christ as their Lord and Savior, and then using their talents, gifts, and abilities to His glory. So we hope that folks will come by and check us out.
Definitely so. And Coach, before I let you go, anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, Rhino, we love our relationship there with you and WQEE. So we appreciate y'all having us on. We love doing this show every week, and we look forward to future shows and just keeping everybody up to date with what we do here. And so thank you, Rhino. Appreciate you having us on.
No problem. We thank you. That has once again been our favorite head football coach inside the Coach's Corner, Coach Tommy Lewis from Landmark Christian, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. In just a moment, we're going to close out this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. All right, Coach. Great as always.
You are the man, Rhino. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, we'll talk again next week.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, bro. Have a great week.
You do the same.
All right, brother. Take care.
Bye. Oh, yes. I love Smokes as well. Yeah, that's one of my favorite players. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. We got about 3 minutes left on this show, and we appreciate it. Gil says, go War Eagles. We appreciate everybody being with us and staying with us and having a good time. The one cool kid is back with us this morning, and we talk a little Landmark. Tomorrow morning, on Mondays, we do Landmark Christian Sports. Tomorrow morning, join us in period number 2. Richard Holdridge and I are going to talk movies. No, we're not. No, Richard Holdridge don't talk movies, talk sports. Richard and I are going to talk sports. We'll talk about the River Dragons hockey as they head into the FBHL playoffs, Major League Baseball spring training, his thoughts on Russell Wilson, going to the Steelers, and more tomorrow morning. Also in the final period, we're going to do movie reviews, Oscar movie reviews, what's up, what's not, top 10 movies with our good friend Shane B in the final period. That's coming up on Tuesday. Thursday, True Crime Thursday, will bring our friend, the one, the only, hold on a moment, Elizabeth Sarles joins us on Thursday for another unsolved homicide in small town USA. On Friday, Holly Reese joins us. She's going to be with us on Friday from Warrior Defenders. And Wednesday, I'm going to try to drop in a Wednesday guest. I don't know who it's going to be, but you never know. You never know who I'm going to get on Wednesday. It's going to be a weird guest. I know that. Thank you guys for the on our poll question like we do every morning. Do you think it was appropriate for John Cena to pull that nude segment last night of the Oscars? 36% of you say yes, it was comedy. 36% of you say no, it was inappropriate. And 29% said maybe, one way or the other. So that's how we're going to end the poll there. Let's don't get no more. Let's don't get no more. Thanks for all the hot dogs. And Sweet Lee says, good morning. Have a great day, everybody. Sue says, hello, everybody. Have a great morning. Alice says, see you tomorrow. Mike says, see you tomorrow. Dave says, what's up? Don't leave yet, right? Please, please, please. Well, we got to. There's only 3. You want more than 3 hours of me? I can't stay on all day long. Not without some supporters out there, guys. Bye. Y'all will be missed until, all of y'all will be missed until tomorrow. Wow, Pete. Maybe I'll have to come back and do an evening show. I think that Gail was trying to talk me into doing that during the holidays. It's like, Ryan, you should do an evening show. A former listener wanted me to do one, but I didn't want to get into the arguments. He still supports the show. He just don't come on. See you guys tomorrow. Tell your friends to tune in. Until we meet again, peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Get some other things up and going. You guys have a great day. Cher says I should. We'd have fun, wouldn't we, Cher? Gail, we'd tear them up, wouldn't we? Oh, man, I don't know. An evening show. All these people coming in. My OG's in there. I don't know. My OGs, you guys in there. Like, look. Laying the smackdown on them. Yeah, let's do it. Let me look in to see what I can do, guys. Because it'd be fun. I can get on back on the YouTube, spread it on the Facebook. Might even do a radio show in the evenings. You never know. Because I know people start coming on a little later. And the reason I'm not on a little later is because I have other shows that pay from 10 Eastern to noon every day. Those are the ones that pay my bills. Can't tell them, no, forget you guys. But if I had the perfect time, it'd be 9 Eastern time to noon every day. Holly will be at 9 p.m. There you go. I would not go on at time that all these fantastic other people were doing their things. I'd only want to challenge the mainstream people at 7, 8 o'clock at night for about an hour, not 2 or 3 hours. So I wouldn't want to, but that would be fire. Let me think about it. See what I can do. Maybe I can do it once a week. I don't know. And if we get a lot of people start watching in the evenings and sponsoring, then we can get it going. Cool Ranch. I think. See, everybody's saying they think it'd be cool if I had one in the evening. Well, let me look into it, guys, for sure. It's an idea. I always like to bring the radio portion into it. But we'll see. We'll see. I like it. I like the idea. We talked about it at Christmas. The listeners were talking about it at Christmas. And I hadn't had a chance to think about it because I had so much other stuff going on and it was like and running the radio station during the day. Maybe Logan Paul can sponsor. You guys have a great day. We'll see you on the flip side. Thank you. That's a good. I'll think about it. Now I won't think about it. I'll try to see when I can fit it into my schedule. And I'll think about it, fit it in my schedule that way. All right, guys. You have a great day. Peace, lovers. The Holly and Ryan show. She could come on. Yeah, we could do that. Just be. She is. We're gonna be training her in the evenings on Monday to do some things on the radio station here. She'll have a Monday show. But if we did something in the evenings, it'd still be RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen. Just be the evening portion of it. But I just have to, I'd have to figure out a cool background. Probably still do it here. Great ideas, everybody. Keep giving them to me. And the more ideas you give me, the more we can get. All of you. All of you. You guys have a great day. Keep these ideas rolling and sending to me. And if we get a lot of people in the evenings, guess what? Oh, my God. I'll have to do it. You see you guys on the flip side.